Wake up, Lincoln.
Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise and shine, rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break. Brought to you by Sandhills Global. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Bush.
I want to buy a couple ducks. I'm bringing 2 ducks to the office.
This is Early Break.
Good morning, Lincoln, Nebraska. It is not Jake Sorensen, ironically enough. You probably face some breakers who I've never seen before. I'm usually here till midnight. Nick Wyman holding it down here alongside my guys, Rudy Gress the fourth, RG4, as we like to say, and Connor. Connor is a staple to the current state of the early break, and now we put a face to a name. A lot of people, they probably talk about you. Probably bring you up every episode, I would say.
Oh yeah, they definitely do. I don't know if anybody's calling Rudy RG4. I think that's a little.
Hey, RG3 at the time. At RG3 at the time was electric quarterback at Baylor, and then what happened to Washington? That's what it was.
He won the Heisman Trophy.
He did win.
Rudy, he won the Heisman Trophy in your state.
Yeah, I know. I'm good for
Rudy's
him.
from Texas.
I am. In case everybody doesn't know, go Longhorns. So that'll be fun. But
oh man, the text line's
I was thinking about wearing the Colt McCoy jersey today after seeing the clip that y'all had last week about the 1 second on the clock. But I was like, no, I wear my own merch. So if anyone's watching, I'm wearing a Rudy Gress shirt right now. But
yeah, Nebraska got screwed in 09.
We're still dwelling on the past.
So yeah, but yeah, it's kind of like a little. It's like the progressive commercials with like the backup quarterbacks, and like I'm like Tyrod Taylor. And Nick, you're like
Tommy DeVito.
You're like Tommy DeVito, and Rudy, you're Colt McCoy.
I was gonna say I'll just stick with Colt McCoy there. Yeah, that is amazing. I think my first week working on early break, it might have been my first day actually. They were talking about like top quarterbacks of all time, top underrated quarterbacks, and that was my first message I ever wrote on the whiteboard was, "Where's Colt McCoy on this list?" And that obviously did not go well. I got a lot of trash from Bill after the break, so that was awesome. But yeah, that was my introduction into all of this with the early break, so that was super fun. But
I feel like in terms of college football, I feel like Colt McCoy is like always pretty well recognized, though, and
but I think
just for his record and what he did running the football and throwing, of course,
he was insane. But I think Manziel was off that list too, so that's where they got a little upset that I went McCoy over
Manziel was on that.
Johnny Manziel is in the news. He won an
MMA fight. What do you guys?
Who do you fight? Bob Memory?
What would happen if we like stepped in the ring with Johnny Manziel? How do you guys think that would go? Because he didn't look too physically imposing when I saw him fight. I feel like we'd all have a chance.
Yeah,
per se.
His fighting style looked very just like spray and pray type of style. So I think we'd have a chance. I think we would have a chance.
You know what Johnny Manziel has that we don't? He doesn't. He has a Heisman Trophy, and he's 1-0 so far in his
I'm undefeated
MMA career.
I wouldn't say it's professional. I guess, or I was organized MMA. I guess in a sense. I don't even know. But if you're just joining us, we have a couple text line. Somebody said the Wyminator is in here. Yes, that's what.
Where are all these nicknames coming from?
That's not.
That's what. So that nickname,
Farley did that.
So Farley one day just randomly. So when I usually walk,
I have heard him yell that when he walks in.
So Farley's an awesome character in itself.
Will Farley be here?
Not today. I think he's going fishing. He said
he is going fishing.
But when I'm walking in here, usually around noon, when I usually get in here on a normal day, I'm walking across the street, and there's people out here and about here in downtown Lincoln here at 1040 O Street, and he's sitting in his car over here in his red car or whatever, and I hear him down the block, literally shouting my name at the top of his lungs. Mm-hmm. That's the first thing I get. I get welcome to. So Terrell Farley, if you're listening or listening back, you're the man. You're the man. And yes, I guess that is my nickname, but it hasn't really stuck. Nothing's really stuck, but it is what it is. But if you're just joining us, early break with a different flavor. Nick Wyman, Rudy Gress IV, Connor Hermy is here in for early break. If you want to join the conversation, we're going to be here for 3 hours. It is Memorial Day, so a little load management for the stool. I think that's what we're going to call it, load management.
They've been working hard actually. So I mean, just the one day off is probably not going to hurt. It's not like we're saying, hey, 5 shows here, 5 shows there, then we'll take a break after every one. You know, I think this is a well-deserved break. Jake's been working hard. Sip's been working. So
you say working hard for him, and then simply say just working.
Yeah.
Not working hard.
Sipple works hard. He actually does. He does a good job. He does a great job on the show. He's very invested in the show as well. He always has his stuff ready to go, except for last week when his laptop was missing. But
what happened there? What happened?
I don't even know. But he has a new laptop now, so it's all good. But yes, he did a good job last week without the laptop, so that was nice. But so idle chit chat, we should probably do some of that, right? I mean, that's probably a good thing to do today. I mean, what did you guys have going on this weekend? Anything special?
It was a loaded weekend. I had the privilege of being at the Super Regional Softball over the course of the week with Jake Sorensen and DP. It was a long weekend, but a fun one. We went down there Thursday for the night game, the 8:00 start game, and were greeted to a rain delay. It was so me, DP, and Jake Sorensen. There's a media tent in right field. We got acquainted pretty quickly with one another, you know, packing there like sardines. There's also us and the other media from around the state just kind of packed in there. And we had to sit there for about 2 hours. And then that whole ordeal happened. Game doesn't get played. Play it the next day. Nebraska wins that one. And then they do it again on Saturday. It was fun in itself. It was Memorial Day weekend. Watch the Indy 500. Closest race in its history. 110 years they've had it. So they had that yesterday as well. And pretty good weekend in itself. I mean, everybody's traveling around. Memorial Day, it kind of sneaks up on you, I feel like. It's like we're now kind of on that 4th of July run where 4th of July is coming up soon, but it kind of snuck up on me. You know, we've had a busy time, but a very fun time here. We had state baseball last week in Austin. Orman, Nick Stainer, and Tristan Gomez did an excellent job covering those games. The championship game sounded like they were electric, to say the least. Swim? I was finally notified what that nickname was and why it was.
He told you, did he tell you about who gave him that nickname?
Was it Sip?
Yes.
I've heard kind of the story ins and outs, but yeah, what a nickname in itself.
Yeah.
What a nickname for him. And it's something I'll never live down because AD usually calls it to him on the drive, usually calls him Swim. And that's just how it goes for him. It's like, it's not even like his last name or anything. It's like Bach gets, Jake Bachovin, it's Bach. But for him, it is what it is. But yes, this weekend for myself was fun at least. Rudy, what about you?
Yeah, I had a fun weekend. I mean, I had same thing, obviously, privileged to be out there at the Big Ten baseball tournament in Omaha, but very tiring week. I was up there from Tuesday basically through Saturday, maybe one day off in there. But it was fun. I mean, I'm not complaining. I got to watch some free baseball out there. I found a nice spot out there by center field that was not a purchased ticket or a ticket that could even be purchased at all. So I was like, okay, I'm going to take advantage of this. Had my own seat in center field for the whole Saturday.
Wait. What would you
not purchasable at all?
Those seats weren't for sale. So I was like, cool. Like other people are out here. I'm going to find my seats. That's exactly what happened. Like all the outfield seats were.
So you were working media. You had a media pass, and you had access to the press box.
Yeah.
And you didn't sit up there?
No. If I'm going to a baseball game, I want to be and I'm working. Realistically, if I'm going to be working an event, I'd rather be in the event, like in the atmosphere. Like if I'm watching the Husker game, I think I had a way better sense of the environment from being out of the press box than I would have if I was in the press box. I don't know like why that's because somebody else asked me that too. Like, you're not going to go up there. And I was like, no, I'm up there sometimes. Like I was in between games up there. I was doing the pressers and all that stuff. But like, I don't know if I have a chance to go be in the environment of a baseball game, I'll be out there. Like I got to watch UCLA. Probably like still like 100 feet away from Will Gasparino in center field. I was watching Rock Chalowski as like they're taking the field. I actually walked by him when I was in the tunnel underneath. So that was awesome.
Were you starstruck?
No, I hit him with like a little head nod and I just kept it moving. So like I know, he looked at me. I hit him with the head nod. We kept going. I like he remembers me. I know he does. But like no, like just little things like that. Like it's cool to access behind too. But a lot of what I was doing, I was in the actual environment, and I was cool with it for sure.
And what do you mean? What do you mean by non-purchase? Like the outfield where nobody was?
Yeah, no. So obviously, like the outfield bleachers, those are just sectioned off. Like they had barriers and everything. But like, there's chairs at the top of the bleachers. Like once you get to the concourse, like they have like the foldable chairs. They have the bleacher chair out there, and so those obviously they can't stop you from sitting at. everybody else like had purchased tickets, so that some people were sitting in those chairs and then going to their seats. I was in those chairs all day, so I was fine. I was right next to the batter's eye, actually.
Imagine just going to the ball game and you're going to your seat and you just see Rudy just sitting in your seat.
Yeah.
You're just like,
were you out
like,
there by yourself?
No, there was other media. I think there was a scout next to me too that was there, so that was pretty cool from the Giants.
Did you talk to him at all?
I said what's up like when she first got there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a girl. Yeah, shout out women in male sports. I loved it. And so like it was cool. I was like, yeah, like how are you? And she was like, oh, I'm good, because she was getting by me to get to her foldable chair. And then I was like, okay, cool. And that was really it. We didn't say much. I should have just thrown my name out there, been like, yeah, I play Division III baseball. If that interests the San Francisco Giants at all, but no, it was cool. There was like I think there was a Cubs guy out there that was looking. It was cool, good people to be around, but most of it I was just on my own covering stuff for like the Instagram stories and stuff. So that was cool.
Yeah, if you're able to check that out, you can check out all Instagram, social media across the board. We had all hands on deck. Jake Bachman was down there, Ed me, DP, and Jake Sorensen down there at softball. Jake Sorensen, he can't sit still during a game. He can't sit still. He arrived like right before first pitch. Our texter in the text line here, we have a chance from Funk, says Jake almost left Super Regional softball early. He does not need a day off. Ooh, I mean, so
Wait a second. Who's this texting in? Who's that?
Chance from Funk said that. What is your source?
Yeah, how does he know that?
Funny.
Who is Chance? Is Chance a first-time texter? What's going on?
He's on here.
He's on here?
Yeah.
No, so he did not leave early because he left with me. We walked out together from the state. Okay. So after the final out of Nebraska's win, we'll obviously get into that in the nitty-gritty with Nebraska softball later today during this 3-hour show. But Nebraska wins. They let media on the field. So I touched home plate during that game. So what a moment. What a moment. Touched home plate as many times as Oklahoma State did that day as well in that game. But to say the least, they let us on the field, and I ran down there to get the videos and all the celebration and the chaos it was. And Jake Sorensen, he's like, where'd you go? He didn't make it all the way down the field. He was like standing in like right field. He was standing in right field, picking dandelions or whatever he was doing. And he calls me and he's like, where are you? I'm like, I'm at home plate right now. getting all of our social media and everything, getting all the videos, the pure chaos of the celebration, them singing Delta Dawn and all that stuff. But yeah, he did not leave early. He did not. No. He left the exact same time as me. We did the video in the outfield.
Yeah, I was gonna say
we did the video in the outfield saying, "Hey, up next is Oklahoma State. We're beating Oklahoma State, going to Oklahoma City," and he left the same time as me. He walked there, by the way, too. He got his steps in. He walked every single day. He didn't park at Bowling Stadium or Haymarket Park. He walked, because I remember when I was driving out of that parking lot, I saw him walking just down the road.
How about this, by the way? This is unity, right? Okay, so this is like a family. You mess with one ticketeer, you mess with all of us.
Ticketeer. In our YouTube chat, somebody said, who is this? I knew this message was coming. I knew this message was coming. Well, if you're just joining in, the stool is off. They're off today. But filling in, Nick Wyman. Okay, we'll do a little introduction about each other. So the breakers know and who we are and what we are. Because don't adjust your dial if you're driving around from Memorial and making your trip to the lake or whatever you're doing on this holiday.
Sounds nice.
Or if you're tuning in, you're like, did I click on the wrong video? or maybe you're up early and you're like, what am I watching the right thing right now? But Nick Wyman, Rudy Gressforth, Connor Crummy in here. So I'll start. So
it's
is it Crummy?
Yeah.
We'll just go Connor.
Okay.
We'll just go Connor. That's how Bill says it. He's like, we got Connor here.
Well, Bill still spells my name with an ER because he says I haven't earned the O yet. So
yeah. Ooh. I mean, so I'll start. If you ever, I'm usually here at night. I'm a late night in Lincoln, 11 to midnight, Monday through Thursday. And then I'm here on Saturdays holding it down here at 1040 O Street. So this is quite the change for me. This is quite the change because I'm usually asleep right now. I'm not a morning person. I usually get up around 9 o'clock. So getting up around 4:30 to get here was quite the change of pace. And now my sleep schedule will probably be a little thrown off this week, but it is what it is. So yes, not a face breakers are used to seeing, but we're here and locked in. All right. And you two obviously have been a part of early break in some shape or form over your being a part of a ticketeer, is what it said. I've never heard somebody call that before.
It just kind of came to
A
mind.
ticketeer?
Yeah. I don't know. But yeah.
It works.
Go ahead, Rudy.
Yeah. My name is Rudy Gress IV. I was the producer in the back before Connor was, so he took over that. He's done a great job. But yeah, I mean, I was on the running the board at least for everything from last May until December. So all the scores that were coming from the back, that was me. I was not a fan of most of them, but I gave some good scores in there somewhere. Always had some comments that I was throwing in there too. I don't know if you do that.
That's what I do too. Yeah. I give a little something.
Yeah,
little
that's what I try to do exactly. So that was fun. Got some good guests on here during that time. So that was always cool to do and connect with those guys. But yeah, I have my own show. Not as cool as Wyman yet, so I'm only on Sundays from 3 to 5 p.m. if you ever tune in. And then I'm part of another show from 2. So on Sundays, if you got nothing to do, I'm on air from 2 to 5. A lot of talking about everything, really. I don't really have too much of a game plan when I get in there. It's more about whatever the text line's thinking, and we're just kind of rambling. Sometimes I get in arguments with the text line, so if that's your thing, join that. But, yeah, I mean, waking up early is not my thing too much, but it used to be. It had to be. So, I mean, this isn't too crazy. I'm not a Wyman hours or anything, but yeah, I'll wake up by the second segment for sure. A little more.
Yeah. Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah. Rudy actually texted last week. It was a little odd of a text.
Oh,
I'm sure your mom wasn't too happy about. I can't remember what it exactly was about, but it was something with a store here in I don't know. But anyway, so I'm Connor. I'm the current producer for the show. Obviously,
fan favorite. I
guess.
Are
Yeah.
you a fan favorite? Okay,
I don't know.
Before we go we go in more, I was scrolling social media the other day, and I saw you in here with like a lawnmower or something like that. What was that?
A radio tradio.
Yeah, but
Missing Tooth Greg brought in a lot of stuff for us.
They had you in here with a
weed trimmer.
Yeah, okay, not a lawnmower, a weed trimmer. Is that as weird as Farley bringing in a fishing rod in here?
Farley bringing in a fishing rod is not too weird to me.
He brought in his fishing rod to show off to the viewers, what his new fishing rod. Well, he didn't know how to put it together. Austin Orman had to put it for him, put it together for him. So, what are we doing? If you're going fishing, Austin's not tagging along with you to put on the training wheels. But yes, Connor.
Yeah, but I'm Connor, current producer from the show. You probably hear about me. Obviously give my song of the day ratings as well. I'm a lot more I like to think of myself as an older soul, so I always give a bunch of good ratings, I feel like, with the songs that Jake chooses and that Bill and Sip enjoy as well. A little off base every now and then, but usually pretty much in the ballpark. I go to UNL, obviously. I'm going to be starting my junior year this next summer, or this next fall. Sorry.
Same thing.
So, yep. And, from Crete, Nebraska. I drove here from the Crete, Milford area. So
30-minute drive,
35-minute drive, whatever it is, pretty sweet.
Stand up Cardinal Nation. Stand up.
Yeah. Stand up, by the way. There needs to be some pride here.
They're trying to get their own football field or something like that.
They're building it. Yeah,
they are building it because they usually play at Doan.
Yep.
It's a nice facility.
It is
right when you drive into town. There, they have a nice track. They have the indoor track there as well. Been out there a number of times, and the pride of Crete. Pride of Crete.
Board got together. I think somebody got together in Crete and said, "Hey, we need our own facility," and it's getting done. We're getting things done in Crete.
It's because of you, right?
Things get done in Crete, by the way.
It's because of you, right? 100%.
I wouldn't. No.
Were you a 3-sport athlete or 2-sport athlete?
I did 2 sports, I think. Yeah. I did football and track.
Football and track. Did you play baseball? Were you a baseball?
I did for 2 years and then I quit. So
that's fair.
But yes. So that's me.
What a time.
But my weekend was whatever, I worked at my other job, Pioneers Golf Course. Just such a phenomenal course, by the way, in great shape now because of the rain that we got last week. The course looks beautiful. Everybody loves it. Got multiple comments about how nice the course was. I don't do any landscaping work. That's our maintenance team. Our maintenance team does a great job out at Pioneers Golf Course. So
what are you doing then? If you're
pro shop, I check people in. I will book tee times, pull carts, whatever, that needs to be done.
So you
Get
give me a
range
discount
balls.
if I go play.
No,
Okay.
city won't allow that,
All right, then, yeah, I'm not
unfortunately.
going.
Yeah.
So you're the bus boy, essentially. You kind of just do the dirty work.
You know.
The behind the scenes work that needs to be done, though.
Needs to be done.
Because without you there,
Nobody can golf.
nobody can golf.
Correct. But yeah, there was not much going on this weekend. Obviously, it was Memorial Day weekend.
Not a whole lot going on. Not a whole lot going on.
I didn't take part in many of the festivities, but I did watch golf, and I did watch some NBA, and I watched some NASCAR and Indy 500 as well. Obviously, with the passing of Kyle Busch, so sudden, really heartbreaking. And then to see on Twitter, Kyle Larson's son come over to Kyle Busch's son and console him. I mean, that's just awesome. That's what you want to see. That was some hope core on a Sunday. So
Wow.
really appreciate
Rudy?
that.
Are you a big motorsports guy? Because yesterday was a pretty big day in a sense.
I'm not, but it was on the feed. I saw the highlights of things. It's not really too much of my world. More of what I know the most about is going to be on the diamond. I'll be real, but I mean, I was keeping up with it. Like you mentioned how it was the closest Indy race finish, and I did see all of that. So I mean, I like seeing the finishes for him. I'm not too big on maybe watching every single lap of every single race, but it's now becoming more of an interest for me. The same way golf is now. I actually watch golf like we've talked about before. But yeah, not really my thing. I know that might be a lot of people's thing here, but that's probably just the Rudy problem.
Yeah, I think like it's pretty big in Texas. I would say because they obviously have a lot
probably
of
up north, like Dallas area, but like San Antonio, we only care about one thing right now, and
San
that's
Antonio
Spurs. That is the
They
San
only care about
Antonio.
one thing.
That do not Charles Barkley this right now. That is crazy. Those women check. That's all I grew up hearing is just how much Charles Barkley hated our women, and I don't get it.
Yeah.
But whatever.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, hey, if the product on the court is all that matters at the end of the day. With the the racing yesterday, the Indy 500, Felix Rosenquist winning that one. Closest Indy 500 in history. You had the Formula One racing in Canada. Usually Monaco this time of year. It's titled the greatest day in motorsport because you have the three biggest racing leagues basically going on at the same time. And then you had NASCAR last night, Coke 600, one of the longest races ends. Daniel Suarez wins that one. They did not finish the entire race due to weather. There was rain in the Charlotte area. But a cool note on that with the Kyle Busch thing, essentially. Kyle Busch was a character in itself because of, kind of his flamboyancy, whether you liked him or you didn't like him during his racing career, because he kind of played that villain arc kind of role. He had a personality to it in an age where some racers don't really have that. One of the cool things I saw, so the 3 series that raced there. So you had Lane Briggs won the truck series. His number is 34. You had Ross Chastain. He was number 9. He won the O'Reilly. Then you had Suarez, who won the Cup Series race last night. He was number 7. Well, 34 minus 9 minus 7 equals 18, which was Kyle Busch's main number during his career. He also drove the 5 and the 8, but that's a really cool thing. So I didn't know you were a dabbled in NASCAR, Connor. I did not know.
I don't, but I just thought it was awesome that there was so much, just more like the morning aspect, and it was just so powerful what they did. The day before the race started, they had just 8 on itself by alone in the first place spot on the leaderboard. Just awesome, and yeah, so it was just sweet.
So Connor,
Golf.
When I got in here this morning,
Right.
What time do you usually get in here? I need to know, because I got in here at 5 and I felt like I still was here. I was here a tad early. I feel
It's like 5:15, 5:20.
So I was early, which is good. I wasn't here late. Rudy walked in here, I think,
5:48. I was looking at the clock when I walked in. I still 12
Rudy-
minutes. I was good. I was fine.
Rudy is taking the place of Sipple today.
Yeah.
So that it was very fitting.
He's in the seat too. You're in the seat.
I had to get convinced to sit here. I had a whole idea in my mind where I wanted to sit, but that's all right. I'm not there. I'm not there anymore. So
you wanted to sit all the way on the other side, which
I felt comfortable there. I was gonna be just chilling. I would have been a good. Now I'm more in the spotlight here, and that's great. But yeah, I was thinking last night. I was like, all right, I'm gonna sit in the corner over there. I'll be chilling. But no, here we are, and I got no complaints. But yeah, me and Connor would have been a little too far from each other for the camera's sake. But
yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep it all simple, so the breakers can see it. It's all normal, just different faces.
Yeah.
Pick and plug. You pick and plug. That's what we do here at the Ticket. You have depth. When you have the depth you have, you're able to pull off stuff like this. And before we go any further in our idle chit chat, I wanted to say the privilege to be here because this was kind of thrown as an idea, kind of a dartboard. And we were sitting here. I was sitting here last Monday, and it got brought up the topic. I think it was Monday or Tuesday. It was one of those 2 days, and it got kind of brought up, and I was like, yeah, it's an opportunity, and it's a holiday. Yes, a lot of people could just the ticket could have just been like, all right, we're gonna play replays all day and be back on Tuesday. We could have just kind of went through the motions. That's kind of a thing, or kind of been complacent, I guess is a word. Just hey, we're gonna do this. We're gonna keep it very simple, down to a T. We'll see you Tuesday. It's a holiday. But when you have people, a lot of people here, obviously Rudy, Connor, you guys do a lot. I'm here as well. Getting me out of bed was the hardest part, I will say. I was up by like 4:15, probably early. I mean, I don't know how I did it, but I'm here. But for the privilege to kind of just do this is really cool because I don't remember the last time there was an early break where Jake Sorensen, Steve Sipple, and Bill Bush were not there. Like, in all honesty, like, is this the first time thing? It's got to be, right? I mean, during your time, I mean,
it hasn't happened during my time.
That's what I mean. It's probably happened where like people get sick, people travel for insert name a reason. But this might be a first time thing, like in its history. And this is a show that's gone on not only at this studio, but also the old studio where they were before moving down here to 1040 O Street. And I think this is a first time thing. Honestly, it's got to be. I mean, I don't have the archives. I mean, we could go back on YouTube, but I'm not going to go back 10 years and look and see, Jake turned 10 years ago and see like what this looks like. But this is really cool. I mean, people are really into it. I mean, we have people in the chat here, with all our viewers here turning in on a holiday, whether what you're doing or whatever is going on. But for us to just kind of be here and be in this place is such a cool opportunity for the three of us, because obviously, I've been here since December. Rudy, you're obviously just graduated college, and Connor, you're in the thick of things right now at the university, gearing up for 2 more years. Two, fingers crossed. You never know how that goes. No, not going to be a super senior. But
nothing's wrong with that. Nothing's wrong.
There is nothing wrong. Why? Oh, because we have a super senior in the room is what I'm saying here. I mean, that's fine. That's fine at the end of the day. But for us, obviously, this opportunity wouldn't be possible because for DP, Jake Sorensen, et cetera, to trust us in this space to be here and do it. I mean, look at us. Who would have thought? That's the thought. That's the thought behind all of this, because it's like, I mean, I met Connor in December. I think I met Rudy around that time too. If you would have told me, all 3 of us are going to be here on Memorial Day and doing early break, if I would have told you that in December, what would have you said?
No.
Yeah, I would have said, I don't know. I might have plans that day. Luckily, I did not have plans this day. Pretty boring Monday here. But I think in December, I would have been like, I might be busy. I'm going to be real. But glad we're here. No, everything's cool. I agree with everything you said. Like, obviously, we know how important this show is. And to be able, like you're saying, to be trusted with it is awesome. And we're trying to keep it as on schedule as we've kind of tried our best. We'll have everything on par, I hope. So, I mean, I'm excited. It's fun. We'll be here a while today, honestly. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, I just kind of said no because I was like, I'd never like imagined myself like being a host on the show.
There you go.
When you first week intern, so I was one of the first people to meet you, which was like,
right.
And you knew of me somehow, some way, which was very weird. Which
I saw you on Twitter.
Okay. It's not like somebody walking up to Rudy in Omaha. You hear about this story?
Hey Rudy.
Yeah, no. So
no, I didn't hear about this.
I'll give the full lore to you. So I'm there. I'm talking to this gal. We're just conversating, and out of nowhere, some dude comes up to me, and he's like reading my shirt, and he's like, "You work at the ticket?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Is Wyman here?" And I was like, "No." I was like, "He doesn't work too often, actually." But no, I was like, "Nah, he's back in Lincoln for the softball game." He was like, "Oh, all right," and he just took off. And then I texted Wyman. I was like, "Some dude just asked for you, LOL." And I kid you not, Wyman wanted me to give like the most FBI breakdown of what this guy looked like. And mind you, we're at a baseball game in Nebraska. There was not too many descriptive details I could have been given there.
Yeah,
like I'm sorry that I did not remember who he was.
You could have been like, "Hey, can I get a name?" And I can shoot him a text.
It wasn't pertaining to me, so I'm very selfish with my conversations. Like, "Oh, he's asking for Nick. Yeah, you're good. Keep going." Like it didn't stop my mind to make me think about who it was. But I'm sorry if you're listening. Yeah, Wyman's on the radio.
Yeah,
so
if that whoever that person was in Omaha, I mean, there are probably thousands upon thousands of fans there for that game in the semifinals. It was the Oregon game, correct? I believe it was Saturday. No, I have the receipts here on my phone. So Rudy texts me at 6:15, goes, Someone just talked about you. Some random dude, LOL, is Wyman here? And I said, who? And he's like, no idea. I said, nah, he's at softball, and said, dang, and kept going. He was walking by me. And I said, what does he look like? And he said, respectfully, like a normal guy.
All I said was like, yeah, he had a pretty generic look is what I was basically saying. I was like, he didn't stand out too much. Like, there was no identifying details this guy provided for me. Didn't have no tattoos, didn't have nothing. He was wearing a Nebraska baseball jersey, just a small regular hat, and then he was just walking by. And to be fair, I was pretty occupied with the conversation I was having, so that he really killed the kind of the flow that was going there with that girl, but it's whatever.
So you're telling me if we ever have to, like, if you're ever a part of a police report, don't go to Rudy because he can't identify.
If the cop's a woman, probably not. That is where I'm at.
What is that supposed to
Wait, what?
What is that?
Like, no, like,
supposed to
I'm
mean?
saying, like, if I'm going to be talking, there's a chance I'm just going to forget the details here anyways. Like, it depends who I'm talking to before I see the criminal as well. Like, if I'm talking to you and I see a random guy, like, okay, I'm going to be like, oh, yeah, let me focus on that. If there's a girl here, if there's a conversation worth having about baseball, because that's what it was. It was a baseball-related conversation. It's like, oh, let me indulge in this. I have baseball expertise to offer. I'm not going to remember who's talking to me mid-conversation sometimes. That's just me.
Speaking of baseball, I mean, the sister to baseball would be softball.
It would.
And there was a lot of softball this weekend that we should get into, I feel like, with Nebraska and the Women's College World Series and just the sport in general, you know?
Yeah.
Oklahoma lost. Did y'all see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were first time they've lost a regional game since 2015, and the first time they're not going to the Women's College World Series in a long time.
I think
too.
it was Mississippi State who took them down, and it was the first. They're the first team to ever beat them to make their first Women's College World Series, which I thought was a crazy stat. But yeah, I mean, it was exciting, and they didn't just like squeak by. Like I think what was the final score? Do you know? It was like 7-1, something like that, somewhere around there. And I was watching it here during my show. I had it on the screen. I was so happy the entire time as a Longhorn hater.
Yeah.
I mean, as a Longhorn fan,
okay.
as a Longhorn fan, and I'm sure some Nebraska fans could agree that was great to see. I mean, both of our teams are moving on, so we got nothing to say yet.
Yeah, and you had that game. It was electric across the college softball world. You had Florida and Texas A&M in a feud in itself. That game was,
Texas Tech
and Florida. You had, obviously the first game of that series was high scoring across the board. You had that one as well, and then you had little tempers flare in that one. You obviously have transfers dealing with that one. Texas holding on against Arizona State. UCLA bounces back after losing to Nebraska in the Big Ten title in College Park, Maryland. They bounce back and win that one. Arkansas, that's going to be a fun one for Nebraska. We'll obviously get into the nitty-gritty with that one. You have obviously Casey Hoffman, Lauren, and Hannah Kamenson coming from there. Another, crossover game from schools past. It's a fun time. And Oklahoma City, I mean, I think it's a very, underrated venue in college sports. I know we talk a lot about Charles Schwab Field in June here in the state of Nebraska for obvious reasons. It's literally just right down the road. I mean, what is it, 45-minute drive, Rudy? 50-minute drive? Oh,
yeah. I made that trip quite a bit this week, so 53 minutes.
53 minutes
down to the par.
On the dot.
Yes.
On the dot. What about 5 o'clock traffic? Because, I mean,
I only hit that once, and that was day one. That was on Tuesday because the game started at 6. So I left here about 4:30 or so. I was like, all right, that gives me 30 minutes. Nope, I got there right at game time. So that was awesome. Omaha traffic was super fun. Luckily, I didn't hit none of it coming back because I was coming back nightly around 11/12. So that was the fun part. The free roads. I mean, didn't get pulled over coming back, so that was great. Before
we can go to break here in about 5 minutes on this first hour of early break, Nick Wyman, Connor, and Rudy hanging out with you this Memorial Day. Connor, Rudy was down there. He called into Late Night Lincoln one of those nights, which was awesome in itself. We got to talk about the Washington uniforms. I think we cannot go any.
Did you see them at all?
Did you see those Washington uniforms?
The purple and the
gold pants.
I saw them.
What were your thoughts?
With the gold hats too, right?
The gold batting helmets.
Yes. I actually thought it was kind of sweet. I don't know why. It just had an 80s type feel. I don't know.
They look like construction workers.
I thought it was pretty sweet. I don't know.
You guys, what is going on? DP and me had a 30-minute rant kind of on the uniforms himself. And if Breakers, if you want to chime in, I mean, what were your overall thoughts on the Big Ten tournament, Nebraska softball, etc.? We'd love to hear from you. 402-464-5685, or if you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Ala Channel 961, or listening on the Ticket app, which is free with your app store, wherever you can find it on Android and Apple. I didn't like them. They look weird. Like the color gold on, I mean, in person, Rudy was there for it, so maybe it looked a little better in person, but on TV, it just did not hit.
I think a big factor too that I think y'all not like me too. We didn't get to bring up on it was a lot of the pant styles are pretty different, and I think that's a gold pant thing. Like I think and their Adidas and Nebraska Wesleyan is as well. The gold pants they make for some reason because we have gold pants at Wesleyan too, so I think that's why I'm a little biased to enjoying them. But all of our pants are made pretty different. Like some of them are tailored different, and like we haven't messed with them at all. Some of them have like ruffles. Some of them kind of look like you're wearing khakis out there. So I think that kind of made it look a little uglier in my opinion on that part. But I think they looked cool. I think as a player, you love wearing gold pants. I know I did. It was awesome there, but we also had black jerseys to go with it, so that also made it look a little better. I think the jersey combo, like it could have been better. I like the gold pants, so I'm not going to hate on them at all. So that's where I'm at.
Do you still have the gold pants from your time at NWU?
Yes, we were supposed to turn them back in, but they are chilling in my closet right now at home. So,
so
yeah, Coach Christie, if you're watching this, I know I always joked about taking them, but they're in my apartment room right now. So I'm never gonna wear them, but I'm gonna have them. So
I was gonna say, like, what would you like? Like, you ever get into like a slow pitch softball league?
Oh no,
gotta,
those things are staying tucked away. I just needed to make sure I had them because I wanted to take something. I'm not gonna lie. And
so you took them?
Yeah, he knows about it though. I joked about it, so I figured he would know that it was gonna happen at some point. Because we didn't wear them at all this year, mind you. We wore them last year a couple times.
Because they're so bad. That's
no,
why.
it's because we kept losing in them. Yeah, those were our 2 losses of the year. Like that mattered, and they came in the golds because we thought we were going to be able to be good in them, and that was just not the case.
I'm looking at the bracket here for the Women's College World Series. So Mississippi State, Texas Tech. Wow, what a game that's going to be.
Yeah.
Tennessee, Texas. Wow,
that'll be fun.
2 great brands.
Good matchup.
Arkansas, Nebraska, the 4-5. Wow. And then Alabama, UCLA. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better bracket.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no OU. Obviously, that's tough, especially in OKC. It's kind of like the softball capital of the world, whatever.
In Oklahoma, usually is a draw in itself, but that stadium, I mean, it's usually packed to the brim, regardless of whoever's in this Women's College World Series, just like in Omaha. And I think it's an underrated venue down there in OKC. And the big thing about it, I think, is cool is Nebraska has already kind of had a trip to Oklahoma City. They obviously had the basketball team, Nebraska men's basketball, making history, playing down there this past March. And I think fans have those receipts on those hotel reservations and everything they did then there. You can do it again. And this time, it's going to be after Memorial Day weekend. However, now it gets a little interesting with baseball. The news that came out that Nebraska baseball will be hosting a regional for the first time since 2008. So, I mean, what a year for Nebraska baseball, Nebraska softball in general, because I know there was a lot of expectation going into the season for both squads in general. But who would have thought Nebraska baseball hosting a regionals for the first time in almost 20 years, give or take, and then Husker softball getting over that hump and making it back to the Women's College World Series for the first time since 2013.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And just looking at the stats here, obviously, from the Oklahoma State series, if you want to call it that, the 2-0. Obviously, Nebraska wins, I believe it was 8-1 on Friday, and then 9-1 on Saturday. Game 1, Jordy Ball. I mean,
Jordy Fromm.
Sorry.
So funny you mentioned that.
I can't believe I just said that.
No,
because I always get on people for saying that.
Jake Sorensen does it like every time, every opportunity he has. I get it why it's confusing, but I mean, yeah, she had. I saw the Grand Canyon game a week ago where she had 16 strikeouts. That was, that was wild to see itself. But,
yeah, she struck out 7 this on Friday, and then obviously gave up the 5 hits, just the 1 run, whatever. And then obviously you come in with the next day, Saturday, and it's Alexis Jensen on the bump, and she goes 4 innings, 2 hits, 1 run. I believe it was just a solo shot homer in the first. Was the 1 run for Okie State that day?
It was Carly Godwin hit that one.
And I mean, the bats just came alive midway through, and then it was just I said nail in the coffin was, I think it was Hannah Coors. I think she hit a homer,
2-out triple,
2-out triple. That's what it was, and it made it was like to make it the 7 runs in the it was the 4th. Was it the 4th inning or was it the 5th?
Top of the 5th. You had Alina Felix, a senior who has not seen a lot of time, come off the bench with the bases loaded, get a base knock, and then you had Lauren Kimmons in the 9 spot, hit that home run over the outstretched glove of the outfield and gave Nebraska that lead. And I mean, what a game, what an atmosphere to be a part of. And we're obviously going to dive a lot into that here in a little bit. But I mean, yeah, you hit it right on the nail there. There was a crazy atmosphere in itself to be a part of. Lucky to be a part of that for Nebraska. And regardless of rain, or regardless if it's 75 degrees the next day, we were able to be a part of it. But what an idle chit chat. What an idle chit chat it was to be a part of. So we are going to throw it to break, and we're going to close out segment 1. We're going to move on. We're going to talk some Husker softball. I think we can't go out without the first hour talking about what Ron Revell's team in itself have done. So Nick Wyman alongside Rudy and Connor hanging out here with you for early break on this Memorial Day special. Is it a special?
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
I don't know.
I mean, all of us are special in some kind of way. Nick Wyman, Rudy, Connor, we'll be right back after this break. Early break continues on the other side.
Early break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Bush. Sponsored by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome summer with Red, White, and Barbecue. Hog Wild will be open this Memorial Day from 11 a.m. until 8 p.m., serving up our award-winning barbecue. Pick up a slab of slow-smoked ribs or a family pack loaded with your favorite choice of meats and sides, complete with buns and our famous barbecue sauce. Enjoy the holiday with family and friends and let Hog Wild do the cooking. Order online at gohogwild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Where there's smoke, there's flavor, and there's plenty of it at the Smokehouse at Super Savor and Russ's Market. Award-winning old world recipes made in Lincoln since 1984 with many flavors of smoked sausage and brats to choose from. The Smokehouse has something special for every season: brats and sausages for the grill, beef sticks and beef jerky for snacking, and smoked salmon, smoked turkey, or smoked hams for your holiday feast. Stop by the Smokehouse at Super Savor and Russ's Market today to fulfill your search for real flavor.
Imagine if the people who work at your bank or neighbors who could help with a home loan.
Congratulations, you're approved.
Or friends who love to shop local.
Have a good one.
At UBT, who you work with matters just as much as what you're working toward. Hey, thanks for helping. That's why your money has more than a banker. It has people. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at gainatrucking.com.
Keep summer green with Judson Baleen and Judson Irrigation. More than 40 years ago, Judson Irrigation started taking in orphans. Lawn sprinkler systems installed by a quickie, cheapy summer job, install 'em and forget 'em outfit long forgotten. Call Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Is it time to replace your home comfort system? Call Bryant and save money in every way. Bryant provides you with solutions that save. Save big immediately with attractive rebates, and save every day with lower operating costs. Most important though, the systems are selected to fit you. The right system, priced right, properly installed. That's the way Bryant works for you. How much can you save? Call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing for a free estimate. 467-1111. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Hey Lincoln, this summer Bright Lights is hitting a big one, 40 seasons strong. For 40 summers, they've been helping kids learn, build, create, and explore through hands-on STEAM camps. And now you can step up to the plate. Give $40 to celebrate 40 summers during Give to Lincoln Day 2026. Your donation helps provide top-notch camps, amazing instructors, and scholarships so every kid gets a chance to play, to learn, and to grow. If Bright Lights has ever made an impact on your family, this is your moment. Donate today at brightlights.org. Bright Lights, 40 summers in and just getting warmed up.
Some people are looking to buy their very first home. Others are looking to build. And some are refinancing to make what they have work a little better. But the one thing they all need? A personal guide through the mortgage process. At Pinnacle Bank, our local lenders work closely with you to find the right kind of loan and the best rates possible. Because every path home deserves someone by your side. Find your lender today with Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, Charlie Stone again, and Andy Goodyear with Honda of Lincoln will be joining me shortly to talk about a milestone accomplishment at Honda of Lincoln. But before I talk to Andy, I'd like to add a comment of my own. I know you have a lot of choices when buying a new or pre-owned vehicle. It was just announced that Honda of Lincoln is once again the winner for the Lincoln's Choice Award for new car dealers. It's not easy to win that award because it's all based on the highest level of customer satisfaction. I think Honda of Lincoln really is your best choice. Now let's talk to Andy.
Thanks, Charlie, and thanks for your kind words.
Andy, tell us what it takes to win an award like this.
Will do, Charlie. It's about being customer focused. Our sales and service team have been with us for a long time, and every day, all they focus on is a 100% customer satisfaction. It's really that simple.
Maybe it's time you experience the best. The Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Sandhills Global is growing right here in Lincoln. With our expanding campus and continued growth, we're hiring across a wide range of careers, from interns to experienced professionals. Join the team at Sandhills Global and build your career with competitive pay, great benefits, and real opportunities to grow. Visit sandhills.jobs to view openings and apply today. That's sandhills.jobs.
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break
Simple, you are an idiot.
on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back. Early break, Memorial Day edition. Nick Wyman alongside Connor and Rudy here, holding it down at 1040 O Street for a special edition of Early Break. If you're a breaker, the stool is not here, but you should stick around. We're still having fun. We had obviously a very fun time during Idle Chit Chat for the past 45 minutes itself, but you should still stick around because maybe you're traveling for Memorial Day. It's different bodies in here, but it's still the same show. It's not, we're the younger generation. This will be the early break in like 20 years, probably. No, I'm kidding. But no, the stool is out today for the holiday. Obviously, obligations for Sorensen, Steve Sipple, and Bill Bush. So you have us holding it down. So if you want to be a part of the show, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Outlet Channel 961, or the free ticket app, or get a hold of us. Starter Heyman Julius text line 402-464-5685. Guys, before we cap off the first hour of the show, we can't go any further without talking about this Nebraska softball team. Look what they were able to do. I mean, Oklahoma State, a lot of people were kind of worried about the bats before the Super Regional. I mean, they only scored 7 runs in the Lincoln Regional for softball against South Dakota State and Grand Canyon, respectively, in all 3 of those games. The bats woke up in itself. And I know a lot of people, that was a big talking point across everywhere. What's Nebraska going to look like against Oklahoma State against a really good pitcher in Ruby Malin, a Scott Catholic grad? And they answered the call, not only from the first inning after the delay, but also the day after when they put up a 7 spot on the Pokes to end up going 2-0. And it felt like a stomp on the neck kind of vibe with that team where they just contagious across the board, whether that's Jordy Fromm in the circle, Alexa Jensen, across the board, just kind of a whole different team than what we saw last week.
Yeah, I agree. I think I was one of the ones who was not too scared, but I mean, the lack of offense definitely was not what this team is expected to be doing. And so, I mean, obviously you win the regionals just fine, which is awesome. But I think we were on post game, I think, and I brought it up. I was like, is there any kind of idea or any sentiment behind what their message is, or how are they handling the lack of offense? And I mean, they sounded pretty comfortable, confident. I know Rhonda Revelle mentioned that when she was on early break, I believe it might have been actually, that she didn't want the girls, they took an entire day off the next day. She said she doesn't want them doing anything, maybe just watching film if they want, but no swings, nothing, kind of just reset everything from a rest standpoint, but also I'm sure from a lack of offense type of thing too. Like, because really, I think as hitters, if you're struggling, you think the best thing to do is go get more swings, which is never a bad thing. But they weren't having bad swings or anything like that either. They weren't not playing good. They just weren't producing offense like we're used to. And then obviously they go out there. I know you and Sorensen mentioned it, that they had more runs in game one than they had combined all week and the weekend before for the regional. So I think that was good. Obviously came at the right time. I'd rather them have the lack of run production in the regional and then come out on fire going into the Women's College World Series, as I know we all would. So, I mean, I think they're at a great spot. The Arkansas matchup is definitely going to be one that I'm excited to see, as I know we all are. But I think it'll be a good test for them too. But, I mean, these are some dominating wins when you're facing a top 15 team in Oklahoma State. So, like, I'm not worried at all about this team. Even if there's, like you're saying, a leadoff home run here or there, it's like they never feels like that's going to be something that can't be done for them. And I love that about it.
Well, they can win in multiple ways as well.
Yeah.
I mean, they have two aces, if you will, in Alexis Jensen and Jordy Fromm. It's not where like some other teams, Oklahoma State, for example. I mean, it was just Ruby out there, right? Yeah. I mean, and then obviously I think they brought somebody else in on Saturday. They brought in
they used 4 different pitchers over the weekend.
They used 4 different ones. But their go-to girl was Ruby Malin, and that was pretty much it. Whereas Nebraska has 2, right, which helps Jordy out a lot when you have Alexis Jensen to complement her on certain days and whatnot, and when you can pitch them back to back. And then Jordy came in again in relief on Saturday as well. Then it's just, I mean, it's a 1-2 punch. And Arkansas has that too. Arkansas and some of those other. Obviously, those other SEC schools are going to have that. UCLA is going to have that. They're going to have 2 to 3 pitchers, whatnot, that come in and do a really nice job. Couple aces, whatever it is. But I mean, just to speak to the bats, I mean, what a job Rhonda's done, by the way. I mean, wow, look at this. I mean, this is unreal. I mean, what she's been able to do this year, last year, and just over the course of her time here at Nebraska. She, as Jake Sorensen said, I watched her when it was the Iowa game a couple weeks back. He's like, I watched Rhonda yesterday. She's a good coach, and she is a great coach. So there's that, and obviously the bats. You know, I mean, that was the discussion going in.
Yeah,
we talked about that, and they come into Friday and Saturday and they just light it up completely. And I like the approach that they took. You know, just take a day to reset, whatever, because I feel like that's something that you want to do every now and then. I mean, obviously I'm not the biggest bat or whatever in my career, my 2-year career at Crete High School. But when I'm golfing or something, or when I'm doing something and I finish a round or whatnot, or I finish something, I'm kind of drained, honestly, with frustration or whatever it is. And when I'm frustrated, I don't want to touch that thing for however much longer it is. If it's the golf clubs or whatever it is, like yesterday I golfed and after my shift, and I was just like, I was frustrated, whatever. I'm like, I'm not getting any better, whatever. And I'm not going to golf for another like 3 days because I just don't want to. I don't want that frustration. I just want to reset. So I think that's a great job. I think that's a great point they made about Rhonda giving them a day off or whatever it was to watch film and stuff. And I think that really helped them out.
Well, and with Rhonda, I mean, she's won a Big Ten or conference title in 4 different decades. And not many coaches in general have been able to have that kind of success in different ages of college sports. I mean, go back to the 90s, a very different time. Even the 2010s, when we grew up watching college athletics. Then you have a COVID year in there. You have NIL. You have so many different factors in there. There's so many different things, and she's been able to adapt. And she's been competitive even throughout, too. Even we go back to the 2013 team who made the Women's College World Series, played Washington down there. A very different team, but to have success across the board, it's just what Rhonda Revell's been able to do. And she has the field named after her. Not many coaches in sports in general can say they had the field or the court or whatever named after them while they're still an active member of said franchise or program.
And Rhonda's got some aura on that.
Definitely.
In that dugout when she's calling pitches and whatnot. She's got the sunglasses on. Maybe she throws a little visor, the blonde hair.
Sometimes she's rocking a turtleneck. So I think the turtleneck look for her is probably like my favorite. I think like seeing that, it gives like such a vintage type of look where it's like, yeah, like they're fine. And I love the turtleneck when she's rocking.
Yeah, we need to get Rhonda one of those big, bulky, like starter jackets
Yes.
that Osborne used to wear.
Like the NFL coaches back in the day.
Yeah, we need to get around to one of those so that she can wear in the spring, and then have her wear that, and then keep the sunglasses on, even if it's like a cloudy, rainy, cold day, and say whenever when they start in when does softball always start?
February.
Is it March
Starts
or
in-
February?
It starts like literally around Valentine's Day, just like generally like a week before college baseball begins usually.
Yeah, it's cold. It's cold.
Well, they usually play in like Florida and
they play in the kickoff the
tournament,
the
Shrine.
series.
This year they started the Shriners Children's Open in Florida. Then they played in the UTSA Invitational in Texas, down there in San Antonio. Roadrunners.
Go Birds.
Go Roadrunners. Hey, they cool logo
San
in jerseys.
Antonio.
I'm cool with UTSA.
San
Not
Antonio.
when it comes to baseball, though. UTSA baseball, I'm not a fan of those guys.
Why is that?
They usually find a way to beat Texas. That's who knocked. I think they knocked them out of the regionals last year, and that was that was heartbreaking.
Go Birds. And then they played in the Mary Nutter Classic in California. But to your point, get the Star Jack out for those first couple games. I think they opened the season against Omaha in early March. And as we know here in Nebraska, you have to be prepared for anything. I mean,
it's cold in May. Like
I had to wear a jacket to one of the super regional games. And then I was wearing shorts and t-shirt the next day. So that's Nebraska weather for yourself. But yes, this team's going down with all momentum. They have the longest winning streak in the nation still. And I give credit to those teams like South Dakota and Grand Canyon. They hung with Nebraska. South Dakota, not a lot of people gave them a chance. They had 20 wins entering regional play. Look what they were able to do. And then Grand Canyon, a team who not a powerhouse, not a Power 4 team in itself, but they were able to
pesky.
They were good defense, and they were able to. They just couldn't.
They pushed Nebraska.
Couldn't hit. They just couldn't hit. That was the only thing when you're facing your number ones and your number two with Jordy Fromm and Alexis Jensen in the circle. We have a couple more minutes, but I will say this: when you mentioned Jordy Fromm coming out to get the final couple outs of that game on Saturday, it was so the crowd erupted when they realized she's taken the ball in the circle for the Huskers to send them to the Women's College World Series. I was kind of spoiled by it because if you're watching the defensive warm-ups between Bella Bacon subbed in at first base, so you kind of had if you put two and two together, it's like, all right, Bella Bacon's warming up at first base, so Jordy Fromm's probably coming in the pitch. Then we saw Jordy Fromm come out of the dugout and take the circle, and the place erupted. I mean, even the Camazin home run too. I mean, that matches any energy that Nebraska sports have had in any shape or form, whether that be basketball across the board. It was loud, and then the Hannah Core has been. She
came alive on Saturday.
She came alive. She had 2 out. She had triple. Then she had a couple RBIs against Grand Canyon as well. It's a team where I feel like obviously Jordy Fromm's the face of the team. Alexis Jensen is too, one of the best freshmen, maybe the best freshman in the sport. But there's also 8 or 9 other players who can hurt you in a different way for Nebraska softball. That's what I feel very hopeful for what they're going to do down in Oklahoma City, and very excited to see what they do. I believe I saw the first pitch for that game as a super late game on Thursday. I believe. I think it's at 8:30. I think it's 8. I believe it's 8:30 because I know they
have it. Yeah,
they announced the first two. They announced the first 2 games were 11 and whatever, but there's 4 games on Thursday. Nebraska and Arkansas, I believe, is 8:30 that night in Oklahoma City, which will probably turn to later depending on weather and the other 3 games finishing as well.
Well, and obviously the thing coming into all these the Women's College World Series and even the Men's College World Series is the SEC, the giant that is the SEC. I mean, you look at this bracket right here. I mean, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 schools in it, and that's with OU losing. Obviously, they lose to Mississippi State, who's also an SEC school.
Yep.
But there's 5 out of the 8 schools are SEC schools, and then it's 2 Big 10, 1 Big 12. And I think
your conference. Do you know your conferences, Connor?
That's it. Yep.
Yeah.
But it's not like Nebraska. I mean, Nebraska has played Texas, and they've beaten Texas. They beat Texas in February, 8-5. Yes, they split the series. So, keep forgetting about that.
I was on the track. Yeah, they took one.
And then they beat LSU, who was ranked 12th in the country, obviously. And they did play Tennessee. They lost that game. They played Georgia. They lost that game. But they also beat Texas Tech.
Yep. When they were ranked 1.
Yeah, who was ranked 1. They beat them 3-2. They beat South Carolina. They've beaten A&M even. They've beaten A&M 8-2 as well.
Beat some good teams.
They've beaten some really good teams, and now they just beat a really good Oklahoma State team at home in their regional. And really, I mean, they dominated, and there's no way around it. There's no way to sugarcoat it. Jordy dominated. Alexis Jensen dominated. And now you're coming into this Women's College World Series where, now it's like anybody can win it all, whatever. I mean, you get into the super regionals, you're like, oh, this team has this and this. Now it's like, okay, nitty gritty, who's truly the deeper teams, who is the better teams. And I mean, they've got a serious chance to really take it all. And I mean, what kind of conversation is that going to be if Nebraska ends up taking down the Women's College World Series? They'd be the first Big Ten team to win the Women's College World Series since I think Michigan won it in 2007, I believe.
I believe.
Would be the last
it's
one.
been SEC
it's been forever. Yeah, it's either been an SEC, I think ACC is taking it every once in a while. Some of those Carolina teams are always.
Oklahoma's in the Big 12.
Oklahoma was in the Big 12, yes.
All right,
and Texas as well.
We're gonna throw it to break. We're sitting here at 7:01, but we do have a couple comments. IQ Crew chiming in says, "Thank you all for the live content." Wow, we have a positive message from us today. And then he says, "It's not the stool, but the three-wheeler. Most likely to go off the road, both early and often. God bless the USA." Well, so three-wheeler. No training wheels on this, guys. They trusted us to be here. We have to open the place, and we got to close the place today. So don't go anywhere. And then also chiming in was Bill Manning says, "Hope one of you picked a banger of the song today." Well, this is on Rudy's shoulder. Rudy.
No.
This is me. It's Connor's song of the day.
I'll let Connor take the heat today.
All right.
It's
so
a good song.
Song of the day is coming up here in a matter of moments. 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Well, you have to wait 7 minutes until we're back for Song of the Day here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Bush. Sponsored by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread's Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread's Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mixed Concrete in Lincoln and Palmyra. Ready Mixed offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they cover the cost of CDL training. Apply with Ready Mixed Concrete today to be eligible for a $2,500 hiring bonus. From Nebco's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today with Ready Mixed Concrete. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Does someone in your household avoid phone calls because they can't hear clearly, or do they have difficulty speaking on the phone? Nebraska offers a solution. The Nebraska Specialized Telecommunications Equipment Program, or NSTEP, provides financial assistance for specialized devices like amplified phones, captioned telephones, smartphones with Bluetooth pairing to hearing aids, and speech-generating devices. If you're a Nebraska resident with a certified hearing or speech disability, you may qualify. It's not income-based, and once approved, you own the equipment. Learn more or apply at psc.nebraska.gov or call 1-800-526-0017.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
You started your business to build something special. Now it's time to grow and protect it. At Pinnacle Bank, Our treasury management services help you do just that through smarter payment technology, account administration, and fraud protection. So no matter the size of your business, you can get the most out of your financial operations. Request your free consultation at pinbank.com/consult. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be. Member FDIC.
Lincoln is full of great golf courses in a state that is getting national recognition for exceptional golf. Friend Country Club is worth the drive, just 40 minutes from Lincoln and home to one of the state's most respected 9-hole courses. Enjoy their restaurant with popular items like a 14-ounce ribeye, 10-ounce sirloin, or chicken fried steak. Open Thursday through Saturday from 5:30 to 10 p.m. Expand your horizons with a trip to Friend Country Club, just 40 minutes southwest of Lincoln. It's worth a visit.
We have 2 boys, so we needed more space. We lived in a townhouse, so we decided to build.
Casey Bowman and her husband Joe built their first home with us. This is Bob Benish of Aspen Builders. Working with the Bowmans was fantastic.
After the first meeting, we really liked them as people.
I was really skeptical about the whole building process, more so than Joe was. But they explained everything before it happened. If there were problems or issues along the way, they called and explained everything. They just really helped ease my mind.
They were really good about giving us options as far as what fit in the budget, what didn't fit in the budget. They have a designer, Rachel.
She was amazing. She was very helpful in making sure that our house turned out good. I wouldn't change anything. I wouldn't change the lot. I wouldn't change colors. I love everything about it. Everything. It's perfect for us.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Remember your first Salt Dogs game? Maybe it was a class trip out on the berm, or date night with actual fireworks, or team building that didn't feel like work at all. For 25 seasons, Haymarket Park remains Lincoln's place for firsts like these, the kind that last. Because it's more than a baseball game. It's the joy of being here together. These are the traditions that bring us home. So here's to you, Lincoln. Your local tradition plays on. Get your tickets at saltdogs.com.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sartor Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sartorheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Imagine if the people who work at your bank were neighbors who could help with a home loan.
Congratulations, you're approved.
Or friends who love to shop local.
Have a good one.
At UBT, who you work with matters just as much as what you're working toward. Hey, thanks for helping. That's why your money has more than a banker. It has people. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
You love to bash his sports takes.
Now, will you feel like an idiot if you're a big tough? If you're a big tough guy this morning,
But you really love to voice your displeasure for his music choices.
he stumbled on an issue that I did not think would generate this much passion and discussion.
It's time for Jake's questionable song of the day.
From the north of Spain.
And there is the song of the day, with it being Brandy, Looking Glass. Looking Glass, 1972. That is Connor's choice of music. So get your ratings in here on the Sartor Heyman Jewelers text line 402-464-5685. Before we do that, we have Dustin the Wind saying the show is a malpractice.
Malpractice.
Yeah, same thing. He said, though I'm looking forward to the song of the day. Well, there was your song of the day for today with this one, Looking Glass Brandy 1972. Get your ratings in. We will look and see what you say here from Rick from Wahoo, chimes in with a 9. Solid 9 on this day. You love to see it. Was this Bird in Columbus at a 5? He gave it a 5. I feel like that's kind of
that's high for Bird.
It's high.
That's high. That's
like
that's an us 8.
Okay, yeah, that's solid. That's solid. As Officer McLeod in Columbus said 5.5 as well as that one. Scott, Minnesota 9.2. Great work, Connor. Man, getting compliments in here. He said that, and then with Bill and Bennett with a 7.8. So solid. Bill is a staple usually around the board as well.
Big Longhorn fan too. Shout out Bill.
And we didn't.
That's Thomas and Lincoln.
No,
Thomas and Lincoln.
Thomas.
Bill and Bennett's the Longhorn hater. Sorry.
All right, Bill. Sorry about that, but excuse Rudy. With that. That was a malpractice in itself.
Yeah, learn how to talk over there. But what do you got for your score? Actually, we'll start with you.
I'm not
Wyman.
I'll give
You're
it.
not a music guy, so
I'm not a music guy. I'll give it an 8. Solid song.
Yeah.
It gets the blood flowing, and it's a solid song. I'll give it an 8.
I'd probably go. I'm in that 7.9 range where I think it's good. I don't think I'd turn it on my own, but like if I'm at the lake, I think it's a good like lake song, a good chill song.
It's a good
if someone throws it on, I'm listening to it, but I'm not gonna be like, let me throw on that Brandy real quick. Where's the speaker? That's just me. But I think it's a good song. Like I won't turn that one off.
I think it's a good like cruise. Like if you're playing, like it's a nice day like it is this morning, you're making the drive to the lake or whatever you're doing with your family for Memorial Day, and you turn on the radio and that song turns on. Roll the windows down and driving, 55 miles per hour. You can feel the wind. I can imagine that. But yes, solid song itself.
We have more ratings. We have Steve Sipple weighs in.
He's watching.
No.
No.
I texted him.
But he's awake.
Yeah, he's awake. He's always awake.
Okay.
He's an early bird.
Okay.
Sipple gives it a 9.88.
Wow.
Solid.
Jake gives it a 9.9. Still waiting on Bill's rating.
He's probably see, look, hey, the stool is watching.
The stool is unified that this song is phenomenal.
It's a good song.
It's a great song.
They're here in spirit on an off day, which I didn't know was allowed, but hey, picked a good song. Yeah. Did you know your audience, Connor? That's the next question.
Well, I know my audience. Obviously, we love to cater to the listeners. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, this is one of my favorite songs of all time. I love this song. This is a song that I will turn on. It's on my playlist. I have a playlist for, like, the yacht rock, the 70s, the 80s, the classic rock, whatever it is. I have a playlist for that, and this is one of the premier songs on the playlist. There's some other stuff on there. This is the only song from Looking Glass that I've ever dabbled in. Everything else, I've listened to snippets of other songs, and I haven't been like incredibly impressed or whatnot. But I love this song. It's a great song. 72, Better Times, as Bill and Sip would say. But yeah,
better times. None of us were even born at
no.
During that time.
No.
More in our YouTube chat. We have your Captain Cody with a 9.9. Dustin the Wind has a gripe with us. He said
with Connor, not with us.
Connor. He said, well, I mean, we all gave it. He said wanted something in the 2020s.
Gosh,
he gave it.
I'm with him.
He gave it a 2.6.
Malpractice from who's this?
Dustin the Wind 1.
Dustin the Wind
YouTube.
doesn't even know what he's talking about at this point. I mean,
he said he said you had one chance, one opportunity, and you let it slip, which is quoting who?
Eminem.
Okay,
but that's just we played that as well for OKC when we were down in OKC. I was not there. Guys were down in OKC. Jake had that song queued up for there. Is Genghis weighed in? Genghis Corn.
I have not seen Genghis Corn.
Genghis Corn's not in there. There's no Nelson Montana. He's not in there.
On days like this, we learn who the real breakers are.
Okay,
it's a holiday. It'd be like if you have your favorite shows on a holiday. Like let's say
Heyman's not texting in.
No,
Heyman's not here.
Levi from North Platte gave it a 7.8 across the board. So
Levi's in North Platte.
I would say there's a solid. Most people are saying that it's a solid song.
Platte River.
But Dustin the Wolf is our biggest hater this morning, which is fine. You're gonna have haters in life. You could have done All I Do Is Win, DJ Khaled.
Okay, never mind.
So this guy doesn't even
Never
listen
mind.
to
I'm
music.
back. Yeah.
I don't know.
He's
Never
on
mind.
TikTok. He's scrolling.
Yeah, you picked
He's
a
like,
good song.
oh
Never mind.
God, what a song. What is this? What's it called? Is it called Anxiety? Oh, this one?
Just picking TikTok.
You guys know that song,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, it's so bad. Oh, TikTok songs
It's
are
not that
horrible.
bad.
The
All right,
Anxiety
all right.
song?
I think it's not that bad.
It's worse when you think it's the other song. What's the other?
Okay.
It's a one-hit wonder. Oh my gosh.
Didn't have to cut
Yes,
me off.
yes, that song. Yes, that song.
Yeah,
Gagne?
I always think it's gonna be that one. And it's never that one. It's always the Anxiety
That's
song,
fair.
which I'm sure nobody even knows what we're talking about.
You're speaking to the wrong demographic, but everybody outside Dust in the Wind has it over a 5.5 or better. So
That's good.
That's solid ratio, I would say.
Levi's in North Platte. He's on the Platte River right now, rowing.
You think so?
No,
You think
Might
so?
be.
he's definitely
He
not.
might be. It's Memorial Day.
Have you guys been to North Platte?
No.
No.
I'm sorry, I have not.
You're
What's it like?
missing-
Give me a rundown.
Give us the North Platte.
Pitch me on.
Yeah,
on
well,
taking my next vacation to the Platte.
So you've probably been to have you been to Grand Island at least?
Yes.
It's not a
You've never been.
huge-
Grand Island's a pretty big town.
I've never been there. Everything I've been to, I've been the cities and towns that
He's
I
from
have
Texas.
been to. Okay, yeah, I am.
his
Lincoln, Omaha, dabbled in some Milford. Not gonna lie.
his North Platte is
So, yeah,
probably
it's
like is like Holdridge. Have you ever been to Holdridge?
Yeah, you ever been to Holdridge?
No.
I wonder if John.
This
will be
guy.
here today.
Okay, how long have you lived in Nebraska, Rudy?
5 years now.
This guy only knows Omaha and Lincoln, I think.
And Milford, and I've been to Kearney,
I
and
live out by Milford.
I like Milford.
What's your favorite place in Milford? Like, what have you truly
I
like?
went. I
gone
don't remember
to?
the name of it. It's like a small little like hot dog stand. I guess like there's a shop there. They sell hot dogs. They sell it's like a little snack shop. It's very small. It's a little bit past the high school.
Oh, there's
off to the left. If you're
there's
coming from
like
Lincoln.
it's like the market, like the Milford Market. It's
No, I'll
it's
find the
right
name.
off of Highway.
We got some
the
more.
Milford
We got some more
Highway.
ratings though. Unknown texter 3922 says great song. Give it a 10 for that one. That was B Dub from Stromsburg chiming in as well.
Stromsburg.
Yep. And then North Platte is a town. He says.
Well, we knew that.
Yeah. I mean, I think we called it a city,
Sorry.
but it is what it is.
So he called it a
Now I
town.
know.
Wait, he called it a town. It's like, isn't it like 20,000 people live in North Platte?
I don't know.
What?
It's
When
like
do
20
we?
to 30,000 people. I wouldn't call that a town.
What is like the specific baseline for when towns become cities? Like, what is that? What am
I have no
think
idea.
it's got to be like 20, like 15 to 30, like 15 to 20K, right?
I have no idea. Well, you have like
Here,
you have
anyway.
towns technically around Lincoln, like Waverly, Ashland, Malcolm, and whatever. But they're some of those are bigger than others.
I'd call it like Crete's a town,
Like,
Milford's
yeah.
a town, Wilbur's a town,
Firth's a town.
Firth's a
What's-
town.
oh,
Firth's not even like they're a speck.
So would Hickman technically?
Hickman's a town.
Is Hickman town?
Great town.
Yeah, I like
The
it.
city. I think it's called. I think they're technically the city of Hickman.
They're
now.
the city of Hickman.
Then why are we
But-
calling it a town?
We're calling it a town because there's 2,000 people that live there.
All right. And
But
that's fair.
but fast growing, great town, great stuff.
Sammy's
Norris, right? What?
Sammy's Diner.
Sammy's
is the place
Diner.
I was thinking of.
Not familiar.
Your
gotta grab a hot dog
your
there.
Captain Cody says North Platte is a city. A city has its own local government.
Correct. Oh,
Wow.
okay.
See, thank you.
See, this is what I mean. We are the young generation.
learning.
We're learning
No,
things here.
okay, but Crete has its own local government. I wouldn't call the city of Crete, all 6,000 of us
You don't know.
rising up.
Rise, Crete, rise.
Saline County's bell cow running back. So Crete, Nebraska is not. I don't think it's a city. I wouldn't classify it as a city.
What is a city versus a town is the big question
Yeah.
for herself. But yes,
Also, one more thing. Dustin the Wind said, or Ronda Ravel's song Delta Dawn would have been a good pick. I agree with that. I think I would have loved to hear Delta Dawn this morning. I like Dustin in the Wind. Hold on. All right.
he's playing. You're playing.
Okay, he said DJ Khaled.
Okay, no, yeah. He redeemed himself, though. He redeemed himself.
Another
I'm cool
one.
with it now. Yeah. That was,
All right.
that was a bad pick.
Crowbait says I'm originally from Alvo, which is a village. It is
Yes,
a village.
Milligan would be a village. You guys ever been to Milligan?
It's over at Exeter Milligan.
Yes.
That's
yes.
high school.
Exeter
so.
would be a village as well. Grafton Village.
I'm trying to think of other towns. You think of a lot of those co-op like towns, like
Cortland.
Cortland's over there along
Dorchester.
Hey, what Nebraska? Rudy, what Nebraska coach is from the Cortland area?
I have no.
I'm gonna go DBK. I don't know.
I don't know.
DBK.
Is it
DBK
really?
is
Wow.
DBK. Yep.
Look at me.
I thought she was from Pickrell.
From
Y'all
Cortland,
are
which
just
is over there.
naming
That's over there as well. They're all over there. This is the southeast Nebraska.
Pickrell would be a village. I don't even know if Pickrell's a real town. I just know
There's a ball field there in the middle where Freeman High School plays their softball game. Freeman's in Adams, Nebraska. Look at us dropping some southeast Nebraska.
I've been to Adams. I've been to Adams. It's a nice town.
I always get stopped by the railroad tracks going into town there. I never make it in the town safe. Perfectly.
They've got a lot going on in Adams. I've kind of seen some. What do we got next?
I mean, we can continue on. I mean, we only have like 10 more minutes left in the segment, and then we will continue on with the show. But I think we can dabble with some Big Ten baseball since Rudy was down there in full force, not only just for the Nebraska games, but the entire tournament itself. I mean, Rudy, the crowds. I mean, if any of you breakers, anybody listening in here on 92.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com, Nick, Rudy, and Connor holding it down here, holding down the stool, not replacing, we're holding it down right now. If you were at the Big Ten tournament, regardless if it was any of the other games or was it that 11 p.m. game against Michigan, which was crazy in itself that they were able to get that game in, or if you were in the semifinal game on Saturday against Oregon, if you were there, it was something else, depending on that. Rudy, you were down there, all hands on deck, live in living color. What was kind of the vibe like, not only just for the tournament in general, but for those Nebraska games as well?
Yeah, the tournament in general, I don't know if any of y'all saw it on Twitter. There was a lot of West Coast teams, such as specifically Oregon fans, who were just like commenting on the fan size and this and that. And they're like, I saw someone yesterday, like, there's no way there's more than 1,000 to 2,000 people here right now. And I would assume he was probably right. I didn't get a chance to make it up there yesterday, but I believe that. I think around that though, like, I do wish there was more fans there, more people that kind of understood that, hey, the number one team is in town. Hey, the number one player in all of college baseball is in town. Like, I wish that people kind of noticed that. It would have been cool for more people to be there, but at the same time, you also know that they're only there for one reason, and it showed on Saturday evening. Obviously, the did not end how we wanted. That was a pretty bad loss, and I think the environment was pretty much. It was very. It started off loud. I think I sent you a text saying that it felt like a football game where like it's super loud, everything's going great, but we're getting skunked right now, and that's really all it was. I mean, they were down 3-0, and even that felt like a pretty big deficit, the way that they were just not having great at-bats. They were getting beat by the fastball all night, and if that's that as a pitch that many pitchers, but especially Sanford for Oregon, was just able to use that so often. I think he was over 70% fastballs, and they're not doing anything with it. Like, you're not going to win many games in that situation, and then you're down 3-0, and then you get a 2-out triple to make it 5-0, and then right after that, a 2-run home run, 7-0. It was just things got out of hand pretty quick, and like I sent you some videos, the fans started leaving. I don't know how I felt about that. I know that was interesting, but yeah, I mean, the vibes weren't all that after that, but it's hard to be excited when you're losing. It's also, they'll be fine. They got more baseball next week. They're back here.
Hosting a regional.
Cool,
Yep,
yeah.
officially, as of yesterday, hosting a regional, one of the 16 host sites. Looking at our chat here, Dustin the
First time since 2008, right?
Yep, correct. When they played here, Dustin Wynn says he's from Cortland. He knows Bonnie and Gene Busboom. That is Danny Busboom's parents. He said Norris grad. So you got me back with Hickman, but Hickman's in the
Titans.
He said Hickman is the worst town out of the Norris consolidation.
What?
Interesting. He said give me Cortland or Firth. Interesting. Hickman's got everything in there. I
like
don't know.
Hickman.
But back.
Have you guys been to Cortland?
No.
You drive right through it. Literally, you literally drive like literally. It's on your way from Beatrice from pretty much from Lincoln.
Cortland's a good like little thing they've got going there. I actually like Cortland because they have these, they have these two gas stations that are right next to each other, and one of them, and they're just right next to each other, like literally right next to each other. The same like layout and everything, kind of gas station, and you just kind of
Same
pick
prices too. Like wow.
but the one has like this their own like breakfast pizza. I can't remember if the other one is like a Casey's or if it's like a Quick Trip. The one on the south side is more of like your mom and pop whatever kind of gas station. It's really nice, renovated, I think, all new stuff. And then the other one is just like a corporate, like it's like a Quick Trip or it's like a Stop and Shop or a U-Stop or a Case. It might be a Casey's actually, but I don't know. But they're just right next to each other. It's just, I always crack up when I'm there because it's like, oh, okay. So like, which one do I pick this time? And I'm always like, it's either going to the parking lot and turn right or turn left. So it's
So
funny.
back to baseball talk.
Baseball.
Cortland Firth, where the village, city, town chapter will have to be learned.
Cortland's unincorporated.
With something like that. But your Captain Cody says he went to the Oregon game. He said the crowd wanted something from the offense so bad.
4 hits.
Yeah, I mean, he couldn't score any runs. And like you said,
no hits until the 5th inning. Yeah, like it was.
And I mean, Will Sanford. I mean, look at the way he pitched in that one. Nebraska saw him earlier in the season, and Oregon was able to just get the win and get over that. And I mean, Rudy, not just the Nebraska game, but there were some pretty freaking good games. I mean, UCLA, three walk-offs in 3 days to win the Big Ten crown for the first time since they joined the conference. They had to do it a little bit different every single time, too. A very anticlimactic ending yesterday with a hit by pitch to win the game. But UCLA, they're playing with danger. They are the number 1 team in the nation. They're going to be probably the number 1 team going into postseason play. We'll find that out at 11 o'clock today when that's announced. But they find ways to win, and they just are a scrappy ball club who obviously have some really good players, potential MLB draft picks, but they just find ways to win across the board.
Yeah, I think the coolest thing is like really they have obviously an entirely built roster that is just talented from top to bottom, but none of those walk-offs were involved with Rock at all, their number 1 player, or even Will Gasparino, who is like their home run leader, I think, or at least batting 330 something with 19 bombs. And yes, they all had great runs. I don't think Rock Chalowski did too much in the tournament either, but they're getting production from guys that they're not used to, but guys that aren't the superstars. I think Rock Chalowski in their walk-off against USC was 0 for 4 going into that, and then doesn't have a great game at all to finish out that, and then he ends up going, I want to say 3 for 5, 4 for 5 in the championship game yesterday, so that's great. But they're able to get production from all over that lineup, and I think a team that can do that is kind of always going to be just as dangerous as the best teams, and it happens that, hey, UCLA has that, and they are the best team. And so I think they're in a great spot. I wouldn't be too worried about how close these games were because really it's the conference tournament. Like you expect better plays out of better teams, and guys amp it up no matter what. So, I mean, you do want to see more runs if you're a UCLA fan, but at the same time, like they're winning games. That's all that matters at this point. That walk-off home run against USC was insane. I was recording a video for Instagram, caught it like half a tick late after the pitch was delivered, but still got the swing on camera. And I don't know if it was audible at all because I'm like recording and I'm like, oh, and then blank was in there, an expletive. And yeah, so I mean, it was just awesome environment. I just wish there was more fans there, but I don't think that's a Nebraska or an Omaha problem. I think that's just Oregon's got to travel better if they want to stop complaining about it.
If you're
UCLA, by the way, looking to become the first Big Ten team to win the College World Series, and Nebraska and some of the other Big Ten schools that are in it. Obviously, USC's in it too in the NCAA tournament. Looking to become the first Big Ten school to win it since 1966, Ohio State. The only team that has gotten close is Michigan in 2019, who were the runners-up in 2019. But since 1966, the Big Ten team has not won the College World Series.
That's wild. UCLA has won it when I think it was the last year of Rosenblatt.
Yeah.
No. I think South Carolina.
South Carolina.
That was Whit Merrifield hit a walk-off.
Wow.
And that was a while ago.
2011?
Yeah, I believe so. Yes, Whit Merrifield, who obviously played in the MLB, played for the
Royals
for the
and the Blue Jays.
Blue Jays as well. He was there.
He was great.
He was a good hitter.
Actually, he was good.
Very good contact.
For Royals, he was a good leadoff hitter. Obviously, it kind of ended kind of sour his way out.
It's unfortunate, too.
But he was
Two-hit Whit.
He was a good player. But having the College World Series and you have a team like UCLA, and it felt like, I mean, Rudy, for that UCLA-Oregon game, I mean, and it's right. The Big Ten this year has been something different. I mean, it's a lot different conference, adding the West Coast schools at UCLA, USC, Oregon, and Washington. Most years, the Big Ten is lucky enough to have one team ranked. A couple years ago, we had Michigan. They were really good. One of the best seasons they've had in program history. You had 4 ranked teams, plus you had Purdue, who was kind of on the bubble entering the tournament. They obviously lost to Michigan State in a 5-12 upset to begin the tournament, which not ideal when you're on the bubble. But they were able to bounce back and pushed UCLA to the brink, ended up losing that game and falling apart at the end. Well, you have a Big Ten conference, which is a solid conference itself. I mean, you have teams who are hosting regionals across the board, not just Lincoln, and also in Los Angeles, UCLA. You have Oregon and USC who potentially can make some noise over the next weekend with the bracket coming out today. We find out the regionals, who's going where. Nebraska obviously will start theirs on Friday along with the other 15 sites. But the Big Ten Conference baseball is a lot different than what we kind of anticipated from, recent memory.
Yeah.
And I think a program that's down right now, Indiana, is one that you usually can bank on being really good. Obviously, produced some big names like Kyle Schwarber.
Yes.
But like that's another thing that's missing is obviously the Big Ten has not had its legacy members step up to the plate quite literally for baseball in the past. But Indiana has been one who's kind of down this year a little bit, but you would like to see in the rotation.
Yeah, I think going with that too, the final 4 teams this year, there 3 of the 4 were the Pac-12 teams that made it that came over here, and the only one who wasn't was Nebraska. Like you're saying, like there's for the Big Ten, like there wasn't too much. Obviously, they're all Big Ten members now. No one's looking at it how I am, at least on a general scheme here. But you think about it, it's like, yeah, like these aren't the original Big Ten for the long times, and that's fine too because it's still Big Ten now. But like you're saying, the legacies, the teams that we kind of expect to be there, like they got to step it up too. But I'm glad if there was going to be one team in there that was not a Pac-12 team to come over, I'm glad it was Nebraska. So that was awesome to kind of look at for sure.
Pretty exciting though. Pretty exciting baseball across the board.
Oh yeah.
But I think we're going to throw it to break here on this segment. Coming up, we will have Shut Up Sipple here in a little bit, I believe, for one of these segments. However, we're going to do it a little different with obviously filling in and everything. We're going to do Rudy versus Connor.
But we got
put your bets on the text line here.
We got
some gambling.
We got Connor's Ponders.
We do have Connor's Ponders.
Yes.
Not Bill's Thrills today. We have the Walmart version, I would say, with Connor's
Tyrod Taylor filling in, right?
Yeah, off the bench,
backup quarterback,
not hurt by the doctor like he was with the Chargers that one time. But we'll do that as well. We have a lot going on. I believe. Are we doing that in the next segment?
Yes,
we're going to do that in the next.
I think that should be next segment.
It should be. That'll be fun. So Connor's Ponders coming up next. If you are a Bill's Thrills fanatic, you got the Temu version, I guess. In a sense, with Connor's Ponders, and then we'll have Shut Up Sipple with Rudy versus Connor. Let me know who you got, Rudy or Connor. I have the topic. I will brainstorm it here in the break. We'll talk about it on the other side. Nick Wyman, Rudy, and Connor holding it down. Early break, 92.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Bush. Sponsored by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions with pay starting at 23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offer great pay, health, dental, and vision, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Keep summer green with Judson Baleen and Judson Irrigation. More than 40 years ago, Judson Irrigation started taking in orphans. Lawn sprinkler systems installed by a quickie, cheapy summer job, install them and forget them outfit long forgotten. Call Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
This is Jordy Ball for Anderson Ford. For years, Anderson has relied on an exceptional customer experience. But just this once, they're going to rely on a really great pitch.
Right now, lease a 2026 Ford F-150 for $199 per month for 36 months.
Experience better at Anderson Ford.
Stock number 1008721. Previous service loaner. $199 per month. Lease for 36 months with approved credit. 7,500 miles per year. 10650 to assignee. No security deposit required. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 7626.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Some people are looking to buy their very first home. Others are looking to build. And some are refinancing to make what they have work a little better. But the one thing they all need? a personal guide through the mortgage process. At Pinnacle Bank, our local lenders work closely with you to find the right kind of loan and the best rates possible. Because every path home deserves someone by your side. Find your lender today with Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Bagels and Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Is it time to replace your home comfort system? Call Bryant and save money in every way. Bryant provides you with solutions that save. Save big immediately with attractive rebates, and save every day with lower operating costs. Most important though, the systems are selected to fit you. The right system, priced right, properly installed. That's the way Bryant works for you. How much can you save? Call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing for a free estimate. 467-1111. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program by building a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
At Cedars, we're here to make sure that kids have the safety and stability that every child deserves, where they're protected and where they feel safe. You make this possible. Today, more than ever, we need your support to be here for kids who have nowhere else to call home. Now through May 28th, make a big impact through Give to Lincoln. Give to Cedars now at givetolincoln.com.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Wake up, Lincoln.
I overslept. Damn rooster didn't crow.
It's time for Early Break, sponsored by Pinnacle Bank. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
I'm wrong, but I'm not.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
If I were a feral cat.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Bush.
You get one team. Mine's the Houston Oilers. I'm not the Texans, and I'm not the Titans, so I'm out.
This is Early Break.
Psych. If you're just joining us here an hour and a half into the show, it is not Jake Sorensen, Bill Bush, and Steve Sipple here on this Memorial Day in 2026. Nick Wyman holding it down with Rudy and Connor. Blessed to be here and be a privilege to be a part of it. It's been a very, very fun show in itself. We're already at the halfway point. Time flies by when you're having fun. But we continue. The show goes on. We just got done talking Husker softball, Big Ten baseball. Song of the day was a fan favorite, I would say, in itself. Pretty solid, I would say. Connor knew his audience. Obviously, he's here every morning, so that's pretty easy to do. Well, my eyes are shut and I'm getting some sleep. But we do have Bill's Thrills, a.k.a. the knockoff version, but it's still a fun version. Connor's Ponders. So coming up here, Bill's Thrills intro coming up here, but it's Connor's Ponders. You should have thrown something together real quick, but Bill's Thrills, but in the version by Connor.
Some call him the most interesting man in the world.
That is setting up the morel mushroom bonanza.
Oh,
yeah.
is this going to be bonanza?
Mushrooms grow better with thunder and lightning.
Others call him Coach, but to everyone else, he's Bill.
I want to get one of those military ab stimulators for us to wear during the show. Have you seen? I sent it to you today.
It's time for Bill's Thrills on Early Break.
It's time.
It is. Bill's Thrills, Connor's Ponders.
The headline for today. I came up with a headline today. Rudy,
let's see it. I'm ready.
you know how Bill loves his headlines.
Yes.
The headline for today, for Connors Ponders, a controversy of pretension that gets no attention. A controversy of pretension that gets no attention. It's Football Facts Monday for Bill's Thrills. We would normally be Football Facts Monday.
Yeah.
The Heisman Trophy in 2014. You guys know who won the Heisman Trophy that year, don't
Top
you?
of my head, no. Nick Wyman probably does, but I'll check.
Was that Marcus Mariota?
It was Marcus Mariota. It was.
Sicko over here.
And Marcus Mariota won the Heisman Trophy in 2014 by the third largest margin in the history of the Heisman Trophy, behind Troy Smith and I believe Reggie Bush. And I believe Reggie won it in 2005, and I think Troy Smith won it in 2006, the year I was born. And everybody always talks about Marcus Mariota's Heisman season. And I mean, that's all well and good. I mean, obviously, he was remarkable, right? I mean, he had 4,454 passing yards, 42 TDs, 4 picks, 770 yards rushing, 15 TDs, and then 1 receiving touchdown, right? I mean, this guy, he had 58 touchdowns on the year, right? Really impressive, right? You'd think, right?
Yeah.
And just gets to come away with this every year. Everybody's like, oh, Mariota was so awesome in 2014, all this. Well, I'm here to tell you that there's a guy more awesome in 2014.
Oh, great.
And there was a guy.
Don't give me his name. Let me give me like a
the Heisman race should have been. The fact that this is the third largest margin in Heisman Trophy history is a robbery.
And this is a quarterback?
No.
Okay.
No.
Was he at the Heisman? Was he at the Heisman?
Yes, he got second, but it was by a landslide margin that Mariota was able to win.
I know who this is.
Who is this?
This is Wisconsin running back Melvin Gordon.
It is Melvin Gordon. It is. And before, everybody says, oh, no. Here, we're going to look at the numbers, okay?
Yeah.
And just overall impact as well on the sport. Melvin Gordon, 2,587 rushing yards. Ranks third in all-time history. Obviously, Ashton Genty was able to get a little higher. I believe Ashton Genty played in 1 or 2 more games than Melvin Gordon did, though, in his season. He's averaging 7.5 yards per carry, Melvin Gordon is, right? In 2014. Just unheard of, right? 32 total touchdowns, rushing and receiving. 153 receiving yards, right? Not much stock into it. Let's take a look at some of these games. He rushed for 200 plus, and not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, but 6 games in 2014. 253 versus Bowling Green, 259 versus Northwestern, in a loss, by the way. Melvin Gordon rushed for 259 yards, and they lost. 205 against Purdue, 200 versus Iowa, and then the next running back to ever rush for over 200 against Iowa was our own Emmett Johnson this year. And then 251 yards against Auburn in the Outback Bowl that year. And then the infamous 408 yards, which was an NCAA record at the time, against Nebraska, which was then broke the next week, which may have hurt Melvin's chances a little bit because Samaje Perine comes out of nowhere and he runs for 427 yards against KU, of all teams. Melvin Gordon, and if those that are listening will remember, those who were there, Bill Bush was there. He was on staff for Wisconsin, actually. And that Nebraska defense, guys, that was a pretty good defense. It wasn't like they were horrible. Oh, they're getting the ball ran on them for 300 yards every game. They can't stop anybody. No, they were a good defense. Melvin Gordon went for 400 on them. And he was at 200 yards by mid-second quarter. They pulled him from the game. They pulled him from the game in the mid-third quarter because the game was at that point over. Mind you, Nebraska was up 17-7 at the beginning of the second. And both teams were ranked. Sean McDonough on the call with, I think it was Todd Blackledge maybe. Yep. It was just a set-up game. I remember watching. I remember crying in my bed that night after Nebraska got belted at 8 years old. That was and I'll always remember that. That's the game I'll always remember. Melvin Gordon taking us to town, just all out Melly. I mean, it's the greatest single game performance, I think, of any player of all time. Melvin Gordon's 408 yards against Nebraska in 2014. And the fact that Samaje Perine's 427 against, mind you, Kansas, it was the 2014 Kansas team who was horrible. You can go look at the stats for that. I don't know what Kansas's record was that year. I'm going to guess it was 2-10, 3-9.
They were not good during that era.
They were not good. It might have been Beatty was the coach. But
3-9.
They were 3-9. Okay, so 9-4 Nebraska, a good defense, 408 yards, out pulled by the mid-third quarter. And then you have 3-9 Kansas. Samaje Perine.
Yeah.
Melvin Gordon has the greatest single game performance by a player in college football history, maybe ever. And he loses in the Heisman race by the third largest margin of any player to be second in the Heisman Trophy voting. It's not right. There's no controversy, and nobody ever talks about it. Nobody ever talks about. And Mariota, obviously, he had a good season, right? He had 5,000 total yards, right? I mean, he had close to. He had almost 60 touchdowns. I mean, just a great season, phenomenal season, generational season. But Melvin Gordon, as a running back in the Big Ten Conference in 2014, to run for 2,600 yards and get 32 touchdowns on it. I mean, you've got Barry Sanders. I mean, Genty. The only reason Genty didn't win it is because Travis Hunter played both sides of the ball. I mean, that was the only reason he didn't win it.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got other guys. I think the fourth on the all-time rushing list, because I think Donald Pumphrey is up there for some reason from San Diego State.
Shout him out.
Who has the all-time rushing record for college football with like 6K, I think.
He was a beast.
Yep. But it's Marcus Allen in 1981 is the other one. Barry won the Heisman. Marcus Allen won the Heisman in 81, I believe. And then you see Genty. Genty, only reason he doesn't win it is because Travis Hunter plays both sides of the ball, whatever. Still debatable. He also played in the Mountain West Conference, didn't help him out, didn't do him any favors, obviously. Did play against Oregon and went off. He had about 200 yards in that game, all purpose. But you get to Melvin Gordon, and you're just going to say, you know what, we're not going to vote for this guy. We're looking at the numbers. Doesn't look like. I mean, the guy had 2,600 yards. I mean, just unbelievable. And a record, and he would have had more. He got pulled in the second half of certain games. I mean, against Nebraska, I mean, they pulled him. He had 400. I mean, just absolutely unbelievable. One of the greatest seasons of all time, and it doesn't get its flowers. Now it's just like, oh, remember Melvin Gordon did that? It's not like, oh my gosh, Melvin Gordon. Melvin Gordon was a beast. He was amazing.
Good in the NFL for a while, too.
Oh, yes, he was. Yes, he was for the Chargers, and then he was on the Broncos for a little bit as well. Had some fumbling issues, but oh my gosh. I mean, and I had to rewatched it because I rewatched it on Sunday because I was just so in shock. I was like, how could this happen? Nate Gary makes like 15 tackles that day. I was so in shock. I still could not believe it had happened, and it did. And not only did he not win the Heisman, he wasn't even close. He got second, but I mean, it was the third largest margin in the history of the Heisman Trophy voting. It's complete cannon fodder. I disagree with it. I think it should have been either much closer, or I think Melvin should have won the Heisman Trophy that year.
And that was the year Oregon made it to the playoff.
Yes, they made it to the playoff.
Cardell Jones steps in and wins the national championship.
National for Ohio State.
Zeke Elliott and company.
Heart of the South, yes. Brad Nessler on the call for that Alabama-Ohio State game on ESPN back in the day. And then Florida State and Oregon played in the Rose Bowl, and that was the famous Jameis Winston pumped the ball, fell backwards, ball goes behind him, and then Oregon takes it for a scoop and score or whatnot.
Still doing that stuff, some of that stuff today. In the
yeah,
NFL.
He still is. I mean, he's the only player to take like a 15-yard sack for a game.
Interceptions in a season record, I believe, too.
But have you seen the clip? They're playing New York, I think, and he steps up in the pocket and he starts running, and then he tries looking to throw. He's 15 yards past the line of scrimmage and then gets tackled.
And that was to end the game too. I think it was like the last play of the game.
Yeah, it was. But that's Connors Ponders.
What pretty good, honestly.
Yeah, headline one more time.
A controversy of pretension that gets no attention. Melvin Gordon, 2014, should have won the Heisman, in my opinion. And you might not be able to think he could have won it, but to say that Mariota should have had the vote by 90.3% of the vote, which is the third largest in history behind Troy Smith and Reggie Bush. Cannon fodder. I'm calling him out. I'm calling out the Heisman Trophy voting.
12 years ago to this.
12 years ago.
Wow.
Well, as we continue, it's
It
time.
might be a good topic.
It is a good topic. Now, it's time for Shut Up Sipple, but we're doing a Rudy versus Connor matchup.
I'll close the.
This is a huge. Close the iPads. Let's cue up the music. It's time for Shut Up Sipple. Do not call in because one, we're not going to
call
in, and we're not going to. We're going to let it ring because we got the matchup of the century here: Rudy versus Connor.
Yeah. Ticket producer versus early break producer.
Early break
alumni
matchup. This decide who's the better producer at the end of the day. Shut Up Sipple featuring Rudy versus Connor right now.
We've all been there. You're listening to the radio, and then that rage starts to grow inside of you. It starts to consume you. It gets to a point where you just want to yell, "Shut up, Sipple!" No, sorry. I'm sorry. Well, here's your chance. It's time to shut up, Sipple. Call now to play. 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
That is right. Shut Up Sipple, but we're doing Rudy versus Connor edition of the show. So this is going to be a good one. This is a good one. Our topic today is backup quarterbacks, colleges.
College backup quarterbacks.
College backup
This is all you.
quarter-
This is all you.
I love like playing Madden back in the day and looking through the teams and the rosters and seeing some current NFL backup quarterbacks.
Okay, hold on. So okay.
Current NFL quarterback. They're playing like today as a backup quarterback. They are where they are.
But you're not asking. So
I'm asking you. I'm going to name the player who's in the NFL. This name of player.
This might be odd.
And then you
Names
have to
of
name
player.
me the college they played for. Some of them have multiple colleges due to the transfer portal. You just have to name one of the colleges.
Okay, I have one more question before we start.
Go ahead.
So you threw me off with the start. They're not going to be backups in college.
No,
that's where I was like, yeah, this is all
they're
you.
NFL backups.
Okay.
No.
You said it weird a little start, but all right, I'm good. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right.
How are we doing this?
So who wants to go first? We're gonna do best 2 out of 3. I have 5 names.
I'll go first.
And if you miss, you can.
I can steal. Okay, yeah,
you
go
can
first. Go
steal at the end of the day.
I want to see how hard this is going to be.
So Connor, we're
Okay.
gonna start with you here. First name, Tommy DeVito.
Illinois.
Illinois is the answer. Is it correct? It is.
It's just so easy. I mean,
1-0.
watched him play live here in Memorial Stadium in 2022 when Casey Thompson got hurt. Just
Casey Thompson.
that was bad. That was a bad day for me.
What other school did he play for? Just for fun. Syracuse.
Oh,
Transferred.
I might have gotten that actually.
Nope.
Fan
You got
of
one
Big
of them
Ten
so far.
Orange schools.
All right, we're moving on to our
God.
guy in Rudy. Rudy, I said I'll
do it.
give you a layup here. You should know this guy. Will Greer.
Oh God, it's so easy.
This is
It's so easy.
This is an easy one, man.
Easy. It's easy.
Yes, I
Will
get
Greer.
Gus Johnson's call. You should know this.
Because I know it.
So I'm assuming it's got to be Big Ten then. Gus Johnson's on the call here.
Mm,
No, I'm wrong on that. Okay,
I'll give you a
that's
little
fair.
hint.
No,
It's-
don't. You
No,
can't
no,
give
no
him
hints.
hints.
No hints. I'm
Not
good on
really.
that.
I mean, he could have played for a Big Ten school. I mean, I could see him as a.
This is my wheelhouse.
This is Will Greer. Played for the Panthers.
I'm just gonna throw a random school out here and hopefully it hits the wall and sticks. I'm going Kansas State.
No,
And
I'm over.
I'm
this.
gonna
Connor
steal
is-
this.
Yeah, whatever, dude.
It's the correct
Whatever.
conference. This is a layup.
this is a layup. Go ahead.
Nobody
Connor.
bearing down on me. I'm Anthony Edwards going through the lane.
This is a layup.
He played for Dana Holgerson, 2017.
Beat Texas.
Oh, Gary
That was against Texas. That was against Texas.
touchdown! It's West Virginia.
It is. So that
Never
is.
pull that out.
loves
Sorry.
up.
I only
Yep.
know one West Virginia quarterback.
We did best
Nah,
two,
dude.
best 2 out of 3, and
Let's
we're
keep going through them though.
Let's
see what else
just
you
keep
got.
let's just
We'll
keep
go
it
back
going.
and forth
We'll just
then.
go back and forth since we're here at the end.
Connor, good job. I guess.
Of, end of the
whatever.
segment. We'll turn down the shut up
Rigged.
symbols. So Connor wins this one.
Rigged.
But we're gonna go through. There's a couple more names.
It's
So
baseball.
Connor, we'll keep you going here. I'll give you a tougher one. Tanner McKee.
That's Stanford.
Is it Stanford? It is.
Brilliant.
Stanford 3-0 on the board. Rudy,
These are layups.
these are they're backup quarterbacks. Are
If
simple.
we would have gone baseball, I would have been fine. I don't know what you were thinking over there, dude.
Well,
It's
backup.
baseball
It was a
season. It's
good-
baseball
it-
season.
it was a
and
good-
we're talking about backup college quarterbacks. Keep going.
Backup NFL.
You know what I mean. Keep
Is it
going.
college?
Keep going.
You're just mad because he lost.
I am.
This is like 42-0. Connor's kneeling it out here. Okay. And then I'll give you This is a layup. This might be an even easier layup than before.
It's not a Longhorn. It's not a layup. But let's keep
Brady
going.
Cook.
So easy.
Oh, that's Missouri, right?
Yeah, so recent.
Okay, I would have got one.
And that's a touchdown.
Give me my trumpets. Don't.
Chris Paul hits Houston to lead to 42.
Thank you.
Chris Paul
Nice
hits
job.
3 to
That's
cut the
all
lead
right.
to 56.
That's all right.
All
I'm
right.
cool with it.
For fun, let's give Rudy the final one.
Okay.
For fun.
This
Rudy,
is from my morale.
this one, you should know this one because he's a long-time veteran quarterback. He's played in multiple different leagues.
It's gonna be like Case Keenum.
Josh Johnson. He's played in the Arena Football League. He's played in the UFL. He's played in the XFL. He's played in the AAF.
Rudy, I don't know this.
Johnson.
Josh Johnson. He's a long-time quarterback across the board.
I know I am well versed in Josh Johnson, but I have never thought about like where he went to college.
Let me just get the conference and I'll throw a name out there.
FCS school.
Oh, brother.
That's why I gave it to you.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
West Coast.
So it's not Incarnate Word.
West Coast school.
Eastern Washington?
No.
I want Fresno.
No, he said FC.
Oh, never mind.
This guy.
Sorry.
West
Who was
Coast. Is it Norfolk State? Sacramento State.
San Diego.
Oh,
because in the
You guys are-
AAF,
I had no idea.
The AAF, they drafted him to the San Diego Fleet roster.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Played in for the LA Wildcats in the XFL in 2020. He's been around from almost every NFL team.
I thought about Josh Johnson today when walking in
That is crazy.
because I was thinking about my
real ball knower.
My opening monologue was going to be okay. Well, Nick's Josh Johnson, and I'm Josh McCown, and Rudy is Colt McCoy,
the valuable quarterback,
backup quarterback.
He's a valuable-
I actually love this team because we're backup.
We're backup.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I thought about it. And then Connor obviously had his Connor's Ponders with
Gary Jennings. Oh my goodness!
How do you not remember that? That was against
West Virginia.
That was at Texas, I believe, too. It was on the road. Texas was leading, and Will Greer threw that touchdown in the back of the end zone against the Longhorns.
2018, I think.
It was like a 230.
So they were bad. Longhorns are bad.
They were okay.
Tom Herman?
The Longhorns are
Tom
bad.
Herman?
That was Herman and Ellinger.
The Longhorns are bad, though. Yes. Probably.
Overshone was on that
So,
team. Do you remember Overshone?
I know who Overshone
God,
is.
he
Yes.
was cool.
Yeah, all the bands everywhere.
Little
Yeah,
Jordan
Asian-
Humphrey
yeah.
might have been on that team.
Wow.
This guy's just mad because we got 42-7.
Devin
final score.
Duvernay.
Whatever.
Is what it is.
You
This
got
guy-
Nick talking over
You'll-
here.
you'll always have, like,
not
the-
everyone breathes and lives on ESPN 24/7.
But that-
Nick.
Hey, that game
People
was
have friends over here.
That,
Okay.
that game was on fire.
People have friends over here. Okay.
That OU game though, that Red River game, the
Which one?
earthquake, Dicker.
See, I just Dicker the kicker. I just whatever, dude.
Red
Not
River
everyone's Nick Wyman. Okay?
Immortality.
Hey, I
Earthquake.
knew Melvin Gordon. I remember that Nebraska game very well as well. But we're gonna go to break.
How about McDonough, by the way? Gordon breaks free. Another one for Gordon.
What a segment in itself. We got one more hour of the show before we turn it over to a 3-hour special of one-on-one with DP. Rudy and I will tag team that on the board here. So don't go anywhere. We got one more one more hour of the show. Not one more segment. We have a couple more segments of the show. Nick Wyman holding it down here with Rudy Gress and Connor, the intern, as we'll call him here. 94.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Bush. Sponsored by Pinnacle Bank on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Concrete Industries has immediate openings for production laborers, operators, and drivers. Earn great pay starting at $21.50 per hour, plus health benefits, 401k, paid time off, and more. Right now, production laborers can earn a $1,500 hiring bonus, and drivers are eligible for a $2,500 hiring bonus. No experience? No problem. Concrete Industries offers on-the-job training and opportunities to grow your career. Start your future today. Visit concreteindustries.com.
The end of the school year is drawing near, which means graduation parties are coming soon. Are you prepared for hosting? Führer's Cheese Spread is the dip that brings everyone together to celebrate graduations and the close to a great school year. And it goes well with crackers, meats, soups, and more. How could you consider throwing a party without it? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's Cheese Spread. No graduation party is complete without it.
Well, I'm an interior designer. A lot of builders don't have designers on staff. I'm included with our Aspen package and can make your home more custom to your taste, your needs, and your wants.
Rachel's our interior designer at Aspen Builders. She's one of the reasons that makes us really good at what we do. I'm Bob Benish, and we absolutely love how Rachel takes care of our clients.
I think the biggest challenge with building is a lot of clients are worried about all the choices. When they come in, they kind of have a deer in the headlights look. I like to ask people at the end, so what did you think? And usually they pause and they say, you really broke it up, kept it simple. We just did one meeting at a time. So I wasn't looking at all the decisions I had to make. I had plenty of time to decide things. You walked me through it all. It made it simple.
Make your dream a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your dream home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Hey Lincoln, this summer Bright Lights is hitting a big one, 40 seasons strong. For 40 summers, they've been helping kids learn, build, create, and explore through hands-on STEAM camps. And now you can step up to the plate. Give $40 to celebrate 40 summers during Give to Lincoln Day 2026. Your donation helps provide top-notch camps, amazing instructors, and scholarships so every kid gets a chance to play, to learn, and to grow. If Bright Lights has ever made an impact on your family, this is your moment. Donate today at brightlights.org. Bright Lights, 40 summers in and just getting warmed up.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. It doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
This is Jordy Ball for Anderson Ford. For years, Anderson has relied on an exceptional customer experience. But just this once, they're going to rely on a really great pitch.
Right now, lease a 2026 Ford F-150 for $199 per month for 36 months.
Experience better at Anderson Ford.
Stock number 1008721. Previous service loaner. $199 per month. Lease for 36 months with approved credit. 7,500 miles per year. 10650 to assigning. No security deposit required. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 7/6/26.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rush into your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
At Cedars, we're here to make sure that kids have the safety and stability that every child deserves, where they're protected and where they feel safe. You make this possible. Today, more than ever, we need your support to be here for kids who have nowhere else to call home. Now through May 28th, make a big impact through Give to Lincoln. Give to Cedars now at givetolincoln.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Does someone in your household avoid phone calls because they can't hear clearly? Or do they have difficulty speaking on the phone? Nebraska offers a solution. The Nebraska Specialized Telecommunications Equipment Program, or NSTEP, provides financial assistance for specialized devices like amplified phones, captioned telephones, smartphones with Bluetooth pairing to hearing aids, and speech-generating devices. If you're a Nebraska resident with a certified hearing or speech disability, you may qualify. It's not income-based, and once approved, you own the equipment. Learn more or apply at psc.nebraska.gov or call 1-800-526-0017.
Is it time to replace your home comfort system? Call Bryant and save money in every way. Bryant provides you with solutions that save. Save big immediately with attractive rebates, and save every day with lower operating costs. Most important, though, the systems are selected to fit you. The right system, priced right, properly installed. That's the way Bryant works for you. How much can you save? Call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing for a free estimate. 467-1111. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Bagels and Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
This is Jordy Ball for Anderson Ford. For years, Anderson has relied on an exceptional customer experience. But just this once, they're going to rely on a really great pitch.
Right now, lease a 2026 Ford F-150 for $199 per month for 36 months.
Experience better at Anderson Ford.
Stock number 1008721. Previous service loaner. $199 per month. Lease for 36 months with approved credit. 7,500 miles per year. 10650 to assigning. No security deposit required. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 7626.
Wake up, Lincoln. Good morning. Good morning.
It's great to stay up late.
It's time for Early Break. Sponsored by Nebco and Anderson Ford. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
I like Stone.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
And here comes a sandwich from God.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Bush.
Hey, somebody grab me a mocha quick, would you?
This is Early Break.
We're back. Nick Wyman alongside Rudy and Connor holding it down here on the Ticket for Early Break. The stool is out today on this Memorial Day in the year of 2026. But we've been holding it down for 2 hours. On to hour 3 of Early Break. First time for everything, and glad to be a part of it across the board along with you two and everybody else here at 93.7 The Ticket. But before we go into more, Give to Lincoln Day is this Thursday, May 28th, and everybody here at 93.7 The Ticket will be at Cedars at 66th and Pioneers all morning and early afternoon, as they would appreciate your donation to GiveToLincoln.com on behalf of the Lincoln Community Foundation. In 2024, Cedars asked for your help to build something special, which was the Cedars Activity Center, which is now a real thing and a great space for kids, all because of you and your support. In the last year, Cedars has served over 2,000 kids and families and provided over 120,000 nights of care. Help keep Cedars going with your donation, which you can now do now, or you can wait until Thursday, May 28th, which is this Thursday, at GiveToLincoln.com and search for Cedars when you get there. GiveToLincoln.com. So it's a very fun week here at the Ticket. We had a blast with the Big Ten tournament. We had a blast with the softball regional, super regional across the board. And it continues on. Give to Lincoln Day this Thursday. It'll be at Cedars. It'll be at Matt Talbot Kitchen and Outreach. We'll have some guests, not only today across the board as well, but here we are, hour 3 going on. And we have a quick segment here before we continue on the show. DP just walked in. He'll have a 3-hour special coming up as well on this Memorial Day. But we got to bring up the NBA today because we have San Antonio's own Rudy Gress IV in here. And the San Antonio Spurs are in the heat of it. Big game yesterday. First time Oklahoma City has been held to under 100 points in a game since February. And we're able to do it and get back in the series. It was a very pivotal game. And San Antonio, with Mitch Johnson leading the way, Victor Wembanyama and company, are in the heat of it. An electric series, to say the least, Rudy.
Yeah, it's a very, I don't know the exact word I'm looking for, but I'll try to explain it as best as possible. I think right now the Western Conference Finals is definitely going to be your finals winner. I don't think that's anything crazy. I think what the Knicks are doing on the East is great. Good for them. They're more than likely going to sweep the Cavs, and then great, cool, good for them. But it is just funny to me because right now the Knicks are up 3-0, and the Spurs are now even in the series against the Thunder 2-2. Again, Wemby is probably Wemby for me is in that Shohei range. Not just yet, but I think he's going to be in there where it's like at the end of their career, the trajectory they're already on right now, I can just see him being – I'm a huge LeBron fan. LeBron's my GOAT. I'm sorry. I think a big part of that is because I never saw Jordan play, so I'll never – like I have the experience of watching LeBron. I think Wemby's going to pass out at some point. He's got to get the rings there first, and I think what the Spurs are building, I'm very, very certain that we're going to get multiple rings during his time, and he'll get multiple MVPs. Last night, he drops 33 points alongside 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 3 blocks. And it's just – he also had 3 3-pointers in there to boot. And he's some somehow making these half-court shots look so effortless if anybody saw that. And he's just like, he is not just your typical big man. Because everyone, I remember when he came in the league, they were like, oh, he's just a glorified Bobo. Oh, like Chet's still there. It's like, these guys aren't on his level. Again, MVP or not, I still think he deserved it. I still think that he probably should have gotten it because as someone here might have told me, it's about the best player on the best team. And right now I think Wemby is the best player and I think the Spurs will be the best team, but neither here nor there. I just think the Spurs are in there for a great series. It's a very, it feels like they're in war over here while the Knicks are kind of just hopscotch into the finals, which sucks. So it is what it is, but I definitely think like the Western Conference Finals is going to be what is going to be the bird in Columbus here says enough NBA. Nobody watches that crap. It's because you're not a Wemby fan. You're not a Spurs fan. You're missing out. That's what I got to say about that.
I was about to bring that up too. I mean,
I see it.
NBA, I had to bring it up with Rudy being in the building, San Antonio.
Yes.
San Antonio's finest. I mean, we should say Rudy being in here, and we'll talk about it for this. We're only gonna talk about it here for a little bit.
Yeah, it was a short segment.
A short segment. We'll have like 5 more minutes, but Rudy, coming into this season, there was obviously hope around the San Antonio team and what they were able to do. Obviously, it's a lot different than the Spurs we grew up on. I remember seeing Tim Duncan. I remember seeing Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, Bruce Bowen, Francisco Elson. You go down the line of all the names who have come through. Tiago Splitter, who got he got blocked by LeBron that one time in the finals as well. It's a much different team. Greg Popovich isn't there anymore. Obviously, health issues. Mitch Johnson steps in. The year of rise for San Antonio in this group, alongside Dylan Harper and company, Keldon Johnson, everybody in between with Victor Wembanyama. I figured they'd make a playoff spot this year. But being one of the best teams, they have 6 wins of the 9 matchups so far this year against the Thunder. A team that the Thunder look like they've been kind of unstoppable at this point in the postseason. Now they are just 2 wins away from making a trip to the NBA Finals for the first time since the said players mentioned alongside Kawhi Leonard were there during obviously your childhood and everything like that. So you have the Knicks kind of waiting in the wings. I mean, 3-0 lead usually in NBA means kind of it's a wrap. I mean, 0-3 has never been done in NBA history. But if the Spurs make it finals, I mean, that'd be sick in itself to see happen.
Oh, yeah. I think if people aren't aware, which I'm sure maybe not many people are, I probably see it just because that's where I'm from. But after every playoff win, the Spurs fans go downtown honking their horns and everything. And it gets very rowdy. And I had some friends that were out there till about 2 a.m. last night. Mind you, the game got done around 10:30 or so. And so, I mean, it'll be huge for the city. I think it'll be great for basketball, too, because right now I think basketball has a bad rep because of teams like the Thunder, because of teams that are out there searching for fouls. And I think that's kind of just the way basketball is getting now. I think we saw it get sparked up by James Harden years ago, and he kind of got away from that play style a little bit. But I think it is becoming a very whistle-favored league right now to where the team that does get the most free throws, the most fouls called, I mean, realistically, that's 3 points, so you should be having a better chance. But I would hope that the Spurs are somehow going to change that and going to make basketball more fun to watch again, because they are a fun team to watch. I mean, you got, again, the best player in basketball on that team who's doing things that Steph Curry's doing, just about 2 feet taller, it seems. So, I mean, I'm excited. I think it'll be great for them to make it to the finals, but obviously you got to get 2 more from Oklahoma, and they're going back to Oklahoma on Tuesday. So we'll see. It'll be fun.
It's a fun series in itself. I wish the Western Conference Finals were the finals. I feel like whoever wins that series between the Spurs and the Thunder is going to be hoisting the NBA Finals trophy. But you got to play the games. I mean, last year we saw the Pacers play the Thunder, and I don't think a lot of people
7.
I don't think a lot of people saw that, and that was when Tyrese Halliburton was being a menace and making shots that across the board, whether that be at Madison Square Garden or against the Thunder in Oklahoma City. So you got to play the games, and I think that's the biggest thing.
And we'll never know quite for sure what would have happened in that game 7 if Halliburton's Achilles doesn't go Kaputski right there.
Kaputski. What a word.
But I do love the conversation about the Eastern Conference Finals, because I even said it, and I follow the NBA. I'm not going to watch every game every night, whatever. Like the Eastern Conference Finals just feels like a consolation series at this point. It's like, okay, your second place pretty much.
It's also just because it's been kind of just dominated by the Knicks in itself. I mean, look what they did in Game 3. I mean, the Cavs just absolutely. I mean, since the entire series,
Celtics not being healthy hurt them for sure.
Yeah, Jason Tatum out and the Sixers pulled that upset. The Knicks have kind of just won games. It's been very dominant across the board. So you have that on that. You have that going on right now. You have a couple other things. I think this is a very fun time. I saw a tweet the other day that said somebody thought that this Memorial Day weekend was a better sports weekend than the beginning of March Madness?
No.
I saw that.
No.
However, I
the Byron Nelson CJ Invitational tournament for golf was not.
Well, I think they mean like you have Major League Baseball, you have the NBA playoffs, you have the Stanley Cup playoffs, you have the motorsports we talked about this morning as well. You have a lot for everybody across the board. I think they meant just like the first Thursday, not the weekend of March Madness, just the first Thursday, which in most years, yes, March Madness is a story in itself. It was here for obvious reasons with the Husker basketball team. But I think there's just more bang for your buck during this time than it is then. But it's March Madness in itself. It's going to draw. It's going to be a thing. The thing I think that also that does take into effect, there's been less upsets across March Madness, less Cinderellas right now in the last 2 years, I would say. But it's March Madness in itself, and I think that is a draw in itself. But I see kind of where I see the vision a little.
Because I'm not the issue with that is if I wasn't just doing nothing or whatever, and I was at work, say, or was doing something, or I was in class, I'm not going out of my way to catch the Spurs game or the Byron Nelson CJ Cup or watch NASCAR or the Indy 500. I'm not going out of my way to really do that. Whereas March Madness, I'm going out of my way. I'm watching it in class. I'm watching it wherever I can. I'm catching every game. I'm listening on the radio, whatnot. I'm listening. I got Kevin Harlan queued up all day, whatever, in whatever regional he's in. Like, I'm not for basketball for what's going on right now. I'm not doing that.
So we're going to go to break, and when we come back, we got 2 more segments left on the show. We're going to talk Husker baseball. Obviously, a loss on Saturday to Oregon in the Big Ten semifinals, where ended up Oregon losing to UCLA. But Nebraska baseball, as announced last night by the NCAA, they announced the 16 host sites for a regional. And guess what? The speculation was big throughout the entire regular season as Nebraska continued to stack wins. They got swept by Ohio State. There were some skeptics on is that still possible to host a regional? Well, we found out the answer. A Lincoln Regional is happening for the first time since 2008 for the Husker baseball team just down the road at Hawks Field at Haymarket Park. We'll talk about more of that on the other side. Early break continues on the other side. 93.7 The Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Bush. Sponsored by Pinnacle Bank on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions with pay starting at 23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offer great pay, health, dental, and vision, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Bagels & Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program by building a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today. Hey Lincoln, this summer Bright Lights is hitting a big one, 40 seasons strong. For 40 summers, they've been helping kids learn, build, create, and explore through hands-on STEAM camps. And now you can step up to the plate. Give $40 to celebrate 40 summers during Give to Lincoln Day 2026. Your donation helps provide top-notch camps, amazing instructors, and scholarships so every kid gets a chance to play, to learn, and to grow. If Bright Lights has ever made an impact on your family, this is your moment. Donate today at brightlights.org. Bright Lights, 40 summers in and just getting warmed up. If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at gainatrucking.com.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Life happens. Unexpected bills, tough choices. Your car needs repairs, but your child needs new shoes. What do you decide? At Nebraska Children and Families Foundation, they help families before small problems become breaking points. They connect parents to support so they can keep working, so kids stay secure, and so families stay together. Help Lincoln families thrive. Donate to Nebraska Children and Families Foundation through Give to Lincoln.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
This
I'm not on drugs. I'm not drunk.
is Early Break. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back. Early Break rolls on here in hour 3 on this Memorial Day special. Stool is out, but Nick, Rudy, and Connor holding it down. You can follow us on our social medias below if you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Outlet Channel 961, or listening on the free Ticket app or over the dial as well. We have talked about a lot throughout this day. Still the debate between what's a city, village, or a town. That is going to haunt me for the rest of the week now. I guarantee you somebody's going to come up to me and be like, how'd you not know that? But it is what it is. But
It's got to be based on population. I don't think we can be doing the whole, well, technically it's a government
like
thing.
local government, or I mean, each team has its own, each town or village has its own like city council.
Because Crete's got its own, like we got mayor, all that stuff, city council,
yes.
board stuff.
Okay,
and
I found something here. I Googled it just because I was.
All right, Rudy,
Yeah.
acknowledge it.
It says there are key criterias. Some of them include population and density. So it says for towns, obviously generally smaller. The global definition can vary, but towns typically range from 2,500 to 50,000 residents. Cities will be 50,000 plus, obviously. And then it says, again, the governance, whatever, becomes a city, requires legal incorporation. This means the state or local government grants the, so like the
a lot of words.
having the local government type of deal that we talked about earlier. Everything else is just opinion based.
Well, if I learned something today, that's it. But we also learned something last night. Nebraska baseball will be hosting a regional tournament for the first time since 2008. Last night, the NCAA dropped the 16 sites for the NCAA tournament to begin, with those being Georgia, Georgia Tech, Auburn, Texas, North Carolina, Texas A&M, Oregon, Florida, Southern Miss, Kansas, UCLA, West Virginia, Mississippi State, Florida State, Alabama, and one and only the Nebraska Cornhuskers with their 42-15 record. Obviously losing in the semifinals of the Big Ten tournament to Oregon, but at the end of the day, season moves on. That wasn't an elimination game. And we saw what it was like for softball. I was lucky enough. I had the privilege to be there for not only the super regional games, but also the regional games the prior week as well down there in that parking lot of Bullen Stadium in Hawksfield at Haymarket Park. Baseball, it's been a long time coming. And this team had a lot of expectations before the year started, what it was going to look like, what this team is going to be. Obviously, pitching is kind of switched around as well. With Ty Horn was the front-end starter. Carson Yasa has been outstanding, one of the best season strikeouts in program history. Cooper Katsky, Gavin Blackowitz, those guys as well. Bullpen, Jayshon Unger, even just got on the offense. I don't even mention like Dylan Carey, the what he's done for his Nebraska legacy before he's all said and done with the Cornhuskers. Just going down the line, what a season it's been, and just seeing the story unfold since the beginning of the season, where they did take some lumps, lose some games early on in the season, but then Big Ten play and just have such a dominant role at home, whether it's against USC in a ferocious comeback, whether it be on the road against Minnesota during the end of the season and putting up, a 6th spot in the top of the 6th inning. what this team's been able to accomplish, and now you get to do it in your own backyard at Hawksdale Haymarket Park. It's a long time coming, especially with the work Will Polt and his staff have done over the course of their tenure with the Cornhuskers.
Yeah, I think for a team like Nebraska too, where I think the last 2 years they did end up winning the Big Ten tournament there, it was kind of something that, like, not that nobody expected it, but it was obviously 2 runs that were like, okay, like this isn't what we were not expecting, but they had to do what they had to do. They ended up making the run, making regionals, and then of course no success after that. But I think for the team this year, I think they have the body of work that kind of does give fans the hope that this is going to be
Benefit
a
of the
different
doubt.
year. Yeah.
I mean, they had won 10 straight Big Ten tournament games when they beat Michigan during that really late game. I think it was 10 straight Big Ten tournament wins because they had won it the year before, the 2 years before, and then won it last year. And then just they, just hit a wall and kind of ran into a buzzsaw.
Yeah.
But looking at the regional sites, so you take a look. So Eugene, Oregon. So Oregon's hosting, Kansas is hosting, and then UCLA and Florida State are hosting. I believe Nebraska played 4 out of the 16 regional hosts, and of course Nebraska's already hosting a regional. So 4 out of the 15 regional hosts, Nebraska played them in the regular season. So they're familiar with the kind of competition that they're going to be facing if they're able to advance into the super regional. But we take a look at the regional itself, and we look at Nebraska, and there were some projections that also came out. I don't know if you guys are up to speed on those,
They change every hour.
Yeah, I the ones I have seen are all the same pretty much for the most part. So D1 baseball has obviously the Lincoln Regional. They have Ole Miss being the 2 seed, then Liberty as the 3, and then South Dakota State as the 4. And then on three came out with one as well. Also Ole Miss is the 2 seed, Northeastern, and then Illinois Chicago as the 4. And then Baseball of America, Nebraska, Ole Miss again in the 2, Little Rock and the 3, and then Illinois Chicago again from the 4. So very similar. Looks like could be seeing Ole Miss here in the in their regional host site.
Yeah, I mean it's exciting, and I mean Ole Miss is a
20th in the country,
solid team,
SEC.
And they're going to come in here and they're battle tested group. And Nebraska, I mean you mentioned the teams like Oregon, UCLA, teams who are in the same conference. You mentioned Kansas. I mean, they're having one of the best seasons they've had in program history, and they have packed that park down there at Lawrence. Nebraska got to experience that on the road in that environment, and also got to play them here in 2 really competitive ball games as well.
Nebraska also played Auburn earlier in the season. Auburn is also
took
hosting.
A game. Will Jeske hit a home run.
Took a game. So Nebraska's battle tested as well as Ole Miss. So if that's the regional site, that regional layout, that will be very interesting.
And we still got to remember, like, obviously these are the 16 sites. We don't know what seed Nebraska is because you obviously have the 1 through 16. Find out who's playing who. We'll find out if Nebraska, if they're as high as the 12 seed as some people have, maybe they're the 16. We won't know until that show starts in about 2.5 hours at 11 a.m. Central Time. I'm curious where that goes, but at the end of the day, it's kind of like the softball team. The softball team won the Big Ten. They had the longest winning streak, still have the longest winning streak in the country. And I remember sitting here with Tristan on Saturday during that Big Ten championship game at College Park, Maryland for softball. And we were like, all right, is there a chance Nebraska softball is going to be the number 1 overall seed in going into regional play?
Right.
And we sat here and it's like, yeah, they kind of have the talk for it. Only lose 1 game in conference play. You beat a really good UCLA team with Megan Grant leading the way for them, the home run hitter for the Bruins. And then the next couple days come out and they come out with the pairings and the regionals. Nebraska's the 4 seed. And I thought maybe they'd be like the 2 behind Oklahoma or however it would have formatted out. In the end of the day, it doesn't really matter unless you just handle business, because Nebraska softball going into that tournament, they are going to be the 4 seed playing the 5 Arkansas, but that group truly believes they have the number 1 team in the country. And Nebraska baseball will be ranked in that 10 to 16 spot. I would assume more than likely, just all speculation there. But this is a team that's really good at home. I mean, look what they did the Big Ten conference play. Look what they did even when they played Maine and teams like that. They dominated. The big thing I kind of circle entering the season for Nebraska baseball was, can they win the midweek? Because there's been games where they play at North Dakota State, Creighton, and Omaha where they've lost those games and lost some of those games by like 7-6 or something like that.
Lost all games to Creighton in the past.
And they owned them this year. They owned them. I mean, they won some really competitive games, whether at Charles Schwab Field or back down the road to Husker Haymarket Park. This team's fun. This team's fun. Like I said, you have the offense, different names across the board. You have the pitching staff, which, Rudy, you were down there. I want to ask you this. Nebraska's pitching staff, where would you go about this? Because before the season, Ty Horton was the Friday night guy. Then you had Carson Yasa, Cooper Katsky, Gavin Blukowitz. Those are kind of your 4 rotational guys across the board. In postseason play, you have to pitch your best. I know Nebraska, if they're the regional host, they're going to be playing a 4 seed in college baseball. We've seen upsets. We've seen teams like Santa Barbara, Stony Brook, the lower seeds in their regionals, not only upset the regionals, but then go on to win a super regional and make their trip to Omaha, because 2 losses and your season's over. We've seen it happen. I mean, I remember growing up watching Stony Brook beat LSU. Stony Brook beating LSU is unheard of, and beating them in a super regional. And with the rotation, I know some people look like, oh, you don't have to throw your best guy in that first game with the 1 versus 4 matchup. I don't think you leave it up to fate. I think you have to still take it one game at a time and play it as if, hey, we want to put ourselves in the driver's seat, because more than if you start 2-0 in a regional, you have a very solid percentage chance of moving on to a super regional and vice versa.
Yeah, I think that is probably one of the bigger questions for the baseball team from the fans, is probably what the bullpen's going to be like, and what I think that's where most of the questions come from. I mean, realistically, in both games that they played this past weekend with Michigan, the starters are the ones that gave up the runs, but still, like, Blackwoods had a great game to start on Saturday going into it, and then, of course, it's just longer you're playing with fire, things will happen. That is what it is, but I think they're figuring it out. I do like Ty Horn out the bullpen a lot. I think he's giving you that energy that you do kind of need to close out these games, or at least to hold them over for a couple innings until you get to that point. So I like that. I do. That is probably gonna be where the most questions come. But if I'm a coach, I have my guys set. I don't like the whole, oh well, let's wait till the next game type of deal.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, let's say you do lose game 1. Obviously now you're in a different situation going into that second game, where if you would have just, I'd rather you have that first guy go out there, get you the win. Whatever happens after that, happens after that. But I've never liked, oh, we're going to save it for the next game. Because now you're at the regionals. Now these teams are going to be better. Yes, you're still facing the 4 seed at that point, but this isn't a 4 seed that just somehow showed up to Lincoln, Nebraska for no reason. Like, they're here for a reason. And I think we even saw that with the softball team against South Dakota, where, not that we lost or anything, but they came out, they were ready to play. And it was like, okay, like, we haven't scored in 4 innings or so, which isn't typical for that team. But these teams, once they get here, they know that they're also just as close as you are at this point. So you're getting the best out of all these guys now. They're not going to take it as, oh, well, we're only getting their second best guy. They're going to jump on the opportunity for that if possible. So I think that you should roll your best guys out there. There's no reason not to. And I understand saving them, but at this point too, a lot of our starters have been very, not similar to each other, but you're going to get quality outings out of all of them. So you're not really taking a drop with too many of these guys here, whatever the decision is going to be. So, I mean, I don't know. Who would you start game 1?
For me,
yeah,
I think you go Yasa. I think Carson Yasa,
Yeah.
He's been dominant. He's been reliable. He's had a lot of quality starts. He was an interesting name starting the season. Like, I remember Ty Horn was kind of penciled in as he's going to be the guy this year for obvious reasons. What he did last year at the Big Ten tournament down the stretch of the regular season to help Nebraska win that Big Ten title to cap off 2025. But Carson Yasa has been that guy, and I think he's obviously was a name thrown in the hat. He was like, I remember Austin had a guy in old school, and they were talking like, yeah, Carson Yasa is a name to keep an eye on. Yeah, and he's taking a step year by year by year, and that's what you like to see out of a coach. We're both probably proud of the way he's handled himself. He's had some games where he's gotten roughed up, but he's battled back.
Yeah,
I think you go with him, and I do like Ty Horn out of the bullpen too, like a high leverage situation, get out of a situation where you pitch him for 2 innings, then he sets the table for a guy like Jay Sean Unger, who's been nails in that closer role. Because when Nebraska has a lead, whether it be against Creighton, whether it be against Michigan, whether it be against some of the best teams in the country Nebraska's played, Jay Sean Unger has been a rock solid during those close games Nebraska has played. So I think if you're playing game 1, whoever that is, like right now the projection is South Dakota State. That's all projection. We don't know until the official bracket is revealed. I think you got to go Carson Yasa, because I don't want to leave it up to fate when you get into that play. And then if you pitch him game 1 and you win that game, you have guys you can lean on, like potentially Cooper Katsky or Gavin Blukowitz across the board. And then you have Carson Yasa on rest, potentially to get you to that regional final. And in baseball, we know it's a weird sport. We saw upsets, whether it be the Big Ten tournament, we saw it in the SEC tournament, we saw it in mid-major games where teams have to win their conference to get into the NCAA tournament. And it's going to be a fun ride to see where it goes the rest of the way, especially not only just for Nebraska, but other teams across the board, because they have Kansas. They're a fun story in itself, a Midwest school who I think of basketball, and that's just what it is. I mean, we talked about their football team, what they were in the 2010s. They weren't great, and they've kind of been on a little bit of uptick. They had some fun players across the board. Basketball school, though, NBA teams across the board. Now they have a baseball team that's playing heck of good ball across the board.
And
go ahead.
I feel like baseball, every sport's affected by NIL and rev share and the transfer portal, but I feel like baseball specifically is probably more like the impact is not as great when it comes to all these bigger powers beating up on some of the little guys. Because I mean, with football, with volleyball, basketball, you can always play to like a certain standard, but for baseball, everything can just fall apart in a matter of seconds, and your team can just kind of, because it just depends on what every person is doing at all times. Like for pitching example, if your pitchers aren't on, like you're not going to have success. Like if they're just mentally in the wrong space at any point, like it's not going to go well. I mean,
yeah, I totally agree with that. If your pitching is not good in general in college baseball and you're burning through your bullpen, especially in that first game, when, I mean, you look at like as a regional site, whether that be Nebraska, UCLA, Oregon, whoever of the 16 teams, if you go in that first game and you're burning through your bullpen, it's going to hurt you as the weekend unfolds, whether that be Saturday, Sunday, or even Monday to cap off regional play. So we'll find out Nebraska's fate. We know they'll be here, and I'm very curious what that's going to look like when Nebraska plays a game here at Hawks Field at Haymarket Park, because we've seen the atmosphere this season. We've seen what it's like. What would postseason play look like in general for Nebraska baseball? Because I vaguely remember it. I think I was like in second grade at the time when that 2008 happened. I was old.
I was 2 years old. Or I was 1.5.
So you don't remember it?
No.
I vaguely remember it, but it was a large crowd. But Nebraska didn't get past that regional round.
Was that a Van Horn, or was that?
That would have been Mike Anderson. Mike Anderson, then, because that is who Nebraska had for a long time during that era. Then became Darren Erstad.
Yeah,
and then here we are, Will Bull. So I will look up who are the teams in that regional for baseball. I'm curious because I know there was a West Coast school, I believe, who is in there. I don't fully remember exactly, but I very vaguely remember who were in it, because I mean Nebraska, I know they didn't make it out, but they had Mike Anderson. It was his 5th year in that one. They were still playing in, obviously, the Big 12 conference at that time. But this team, I mean, if they can make some noise, I mean,
imagine if they get to Omaha, what that will look like. I mean, when was the last time Nebraska went to Omaha? Wasn't it like 05, I think?
It was 05. It was
Will was playing, wasn't he?
I believe so. And now I believe Texas won it that year. I believe Texas won it that year.
Coach Christie was also there. Jeff Christie, head coach of Nebraska Westland baseball.
Yeah,
he was on that team.
Yeah, I think he was pitcher too.
Catcher.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, that
Close
too.
enough.
So yeah, beyond the dish. So we're gonna go to a break, and we have a little bit left in the show. It's been a fun show. Obviously, a lot of shoes to fill with Bill Bush, Steve Sipple, and Jake Sorensen out, but the show rolls on, and we have a stacked schedule.
Show must go on.
We have a stacked schedule as always here. One-on-one with DP coming up next in a little bit, but the show will go on. 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Bush. Sponsored by Nepco and Anderson Ford on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Graham Tire presents life's greatest adventures.
Okay, buddy, here we go. Just keep your eye on the ball. All right, just swing right through it. Yeah, good job. Way to go. Hey, run it out. Okay.
Great road trips start with great service. Graham Tire, your tire store next door, with 5 convenient Lincoln locations, getting you to the places that matter most.
Several irrigation contractors in Lincoln go out of business every year, leaving sprinkler system orphans, begging for service. The folks at Judson Irrigation shed a tear for these little fellas. They've been coddling these orphans for more than 40 years. From redesign, repairing, replacing, and restoring, remember the Judson Irrigation Orphanage.
Call the Judson Irrigation Orphanage, 402-420-6277,
or judsonirrigation.com.
Bagels and Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
MWR, a local company of Lincoln, is proud to announce they are able to offer their own post-frame building packages in metal to anyone desiring a building, whether you're a contractor or a DIYer. They can install your building as always, and they offer multiple different rib profiles and loads of color options, including the wood grain metal at great competitive prices. You can inquire at mwrbuildingandfence.com or just draw your desired building and submit it in their contact us page, and they'll get back to you. Call MWR today at 402-540-8966.
This summer, Salt Dogs fans are making history at Haymarket Park. We're celebrating 25 seasons of grit, grins, heart, and hometown pride. Lincoln, you built this stadium. You named this team. And season after season, it's you, the fans, that keep us coming back for more. So let our thank you be our promise. The best is yet to come. Your local tradition plays on. Get your tickets at saltdogs.com.
Do you ever feel okay in your current job and profession, but wonder if there's a better company that can offer more? Vision Mechanical is now hiring for journeyman plumbers and HVAC service technicians. Vision Mechanical offers top-of-the-industry wages, 100% paid health, disability, and life insurance, 401k with employee match, and paid holidays and vacation. Vision Mechanical believes in craftsmanship, teamwork, and building a better future one project at a time. Apply today or learn more at visionmechanical.net or email Ron at vmech.net.
May is National Electrical Safety Month. LES is here to help you stay safe around electricity with simple, practical tips. Learn how to protect yourself, your home, and your loved ones at les.com/safety.
At Schwezo Construction, safety isn't just a policy, it's a promise. Build with us. Work safe, go home proud. We're hiring skilled craftsmen, laborers, concrete workers, and steel erectors who value quality work and a team that has your back, on and off the job site. If you're ready to be part of a company where your safety and success come first, visit Schwezo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com and apply today. Schwezo Construction, 40 years strong and still building the future.
Want to make the easy call? Call John Henry's. From leaky pipes to a broken AC, flickering lights to furnace fights, even drains and duct cleaning, we've got it handled. Plumbing, heating, air, and electrical, all under one trusted roof. Proudly serving homes across Lincoln, Omaha, and surrounding areas, and ready 24/7. Visit calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating,
and Electrical.
We're on the air. Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
To more of Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back. Early break. We only have a short segment here, and then we'll cap off with a spillover as always.
Spill.
93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Nick, Connor, Rudy holding it down. Yes, we are not Jake, Sip, and Bush, but the show goes on.
And John is here. John from Holdridge is here.
Is he a staple?
He is one of the cast of characters for Early Break for the sitcom. There's Missing Tooth Greg.
Mm-hmm.
There's McSafety.
You got Bearded Ben.
Bearded Ben, who said he's coming in more often now.
Nice.
They just come in here and
Dave
coffee.
Dipple.
They come in here and just watch the show.
Dave Dipple's only been twice for me.
Okay.
And then John from Holdridge. He is just out there. And then Farley would also be considered a cast of characters.
Farley lives here. in general. But as a late night guy, we have late night guys too who chime in the chat all the time. We have GB, our captain, is always in there.
Okay.
Your Captain Cody, he's in here right now. Bill and Bennett is usually up. We have a cast of characters who chime in from time to time as well, and that's at 11 o'clock to midnight here on the ticket. So,
but they're not in studio.
No,
they're not in the mill.
Connor.
No, Missing Tooth Greg and John. And
no, I mean,
I just want to give the flowers to those guys, those staples, because they are here at 6 a.m. and they're with donuts sometimes.
Is that where the Hertz Donuts the other day came from?
That's usually where the donuts come from. It's from either some sort of listeners or McSafety always gets the ones from the Lexington Bakery. Those are always very, very good. McSafety. I'm surprised he's not listening.
Connor, what is your go-to donut?
I think Sipple would agree with this. The Long John with the Bavarian cream filling.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I think Sipple and I
the Long Johns are
connect.
Good because you get more bang for your buck.
I agree.
They're good
because they're the same price.
In the filling. Oh, Rudy shaking his head.
I'm not a filling guy at all.
Bill's
I want my donut to be a donut. I don't need nothing else in there. Just give me the donut. That's it.
Bill's an old fashioned.
Yo, you have a Long John
donut.
with like a nice hot coffee. Pretty good when the cream like
no.
I'm not
going too far now.
You just have it on the you don't dip it in there. You just have like
the Long John
and the
cream. I don't know about that.
I'm just a regular chocolate original donut. That's it.
I love a chocolate donut.
It is.
If I'm gonna drink coffee with it, it's got to be just like a regular donut.
It's also like very hard. It's very hard to screw up a donut in general. It's very hard.
Yeah. You get some though. You'll get some.
Yeah, it is. But
what I don't like is Long Johns are tricky because every now and then you'll get the buttercream filling, and that's basically just some of the stuff that they put on like a buttercream cake,
mm-hmm.
and it's just absolutely not. It's horrible. It's some of the worst stuff I've ever tasted. It has to be like the cream. It has to be like Bavarian cream. It cannot be buttercream frosting that you just slipped into a donut. That's not the way I roll.
Interesting, to say the least. So that is our quick segment. Mm-hmm. We'll do one more segment before we hand it off to DP for 3 hours here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com for a loaded schedule on this holiday, bringing you coverage wall to wall, a lot going on across the board. So Rudy and Connor, we got one more segment. The spillover coming up next. Coming up after this break.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Bush. Presented by Nebco on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Does someone in your household avoid phone calls because they can't hear clearly, or do they have difficulty speaking on the phone? Nebraska offers a solution. The Nebraska Specialized Telecommunications Equipment Program, or NSTEP, provides financial assistance for specialized devices like amplified phones, caption telephones, smartphones with Bluetooth pairing to hearing aids, and speech-generating devices. If you're a Nebraska resident with a certified hearing or speech disability, you may qualify. It's not income-based, and once approved, you own the equipment. Learn more or apply at psc.nebraska.gov or call 1-800-526-0017.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge. With seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years. From design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
MWR, a local company of Lincoln, is proud to announce they are able to offer their own post-frame building packages in metal to anyone desiring a building, whether you're a contractor or a DIYer. They can install your building as always, and they offer multiple different rib profiles and loads of color options, including the wood grain metal at great competitive prices. You can inquire at mwrbuildingandfence.com or just draw your desired building and submit it in their contact us page and they'll get back to you. Call MWR today at 402-540-8966.
Right now in Lincoln, neighbors are facing hunger and homelessness, and they need our help. Your donation to Matt Talbot Kitchen and Outreach for Give to Lincoln Day helps provide nutritious meals, safe shelter, and life-changing support. Your gift goes even further thanks to matching funds from the Lincoln Community Foundation. Working together, we can make our community stronger by ensuring that everyone has access to nutritious food and a safe place to sleep at night. Give to Matt Talbot today or anytime through May 28th at givetolincoln.com.
This summer, Salt Dogs fans are making history at Haymarket Park. We're celebrating 25 seasons of grit, grins, heart, and hometown pride. Lincoln, you built this stadium. You named this team. And season after season, it's you, the fans, that keep us coming back for more. So let our thank you be our promise. The best is yet to come. Your local tradition plays on. Get your tickets at saltdogs.com.
Graham Tire presents life's greatest adventures.
Okay, buddy, here we go. Just keep your eye on the ball. All right, just swing right through it. Yeah, good job. Way to go. Hey, run it out. Okay.
Great road trips start with great service. Graham Tire, your tire store next door, with 5 convenient Lincoln locations, getting you to the places that matter most.
Sean's Mobile DOT inspection reminds listeners that our troops return home. Many are left unemployed and deserted. Over 1 million veterans across the United States are currently looking for jobs despite having special skills and elite military training. Let us welcome troops with open arms and make 2026 a year to hire smart, hire vets. Sean's Mobile DOT inspection. For all your inspection, mobile truck repair, mobile truck services, and trailer repair, call the pros. 402-880-2425. Sean's Mobile DOT inspection. On the air because they care.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Couple Chevrolet, GMC, and Chevrolet. And GMC Truck Month is here. Absolutely huge discounts and 2.9% for 72 months. I also just wanted to share a little bit more about the Koppel family. They've been serving the Omaha and Lincoln and surrounding communities for over 50 years with great customer service and small town charm. That's always been our motto, and we absolutely will not be undersold. It truly is confident buying and confident driving. So come on in, meet the team, check us out at Koppel or at koppelcars.com. All deals with approved credit.
3, 2, 1. The drop is live. Screens freeze everywhere, except yours. You've been training for this moment. And with Allo Fiber's zero-lag precision, you strike first. No lag, no limits, just speed. Can your internet provider do that? Stay ahead of every drop. Visit allofiber.com/all-in.
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We made it. It's the final segment of Early Break on this Memorial Day. Nick Wyman hanging out with Rudy and Connor here. As this has been a fun time. Fun 3 hours. It's flown by, to say the least. We only have one more segment left before we turn it over to one-on-one with DP for the next 3 hours on this morning on Memorial Day. It's a holiday in itself, but here we are continuing the live coverage just down at 1040 O Street. So one more segment, and this would be the Spillover, sponsored by Raising Cane's. So we continue on. The biggest thing with this, I think, for this week, we obviously have baseball playing at home, but softball as well. And I think that's exciting what we have to offer. Because Nebraska sports, I feel like in most years, sometimes Nebraska baseball, softball has been done. Baseball's wrapping up, usually gets to regional play in the last couple of years. Then people are turning their attention to football. This year we've been, especially here at the Ticket covering the Huskers, we've been blessed with what Nebraska baseball has done, Nebraska softball, Nebraska basketball, Nebraska wrestling. And then this past weekend, we had the state baseball championship with Nick and Austin on the call for that. We've had a lot of really cool things happening as well. Two Rip the Quit chiming in says, you guys are doing a great job filling in. Filling in, I guess is the word. They were off today, technically. So filling in. I mean, we had the funny part about this, that we didn't have to do this. Is I think it was brought up an idea about 6 days ago, and we're like, yeah, sure, why not? It's a morning. Getting out of bed for me is the hardest part. And I remember texting Connor and everybody like, hey, this is the plan for today. We're going to make this work. And Connor was like, well, what time do I have to be there? Because obviously you got to go do your thing. You're dressed up, look like you're about to go golf 18 holes this bright and early this morning. But
I do have to work at the golf course, so.
But you are technically,
Yes.
but you're not golfing 18 holes.
No, I'm not.
But for us to be here is like a really cool thing. I mean, like a lot of people our age, whether you're in your 20s, all of us are in our 20s, I believe. Connor, how old are you?
No, I'm 19.
Dang, that ruined the vibe, man. No, I'm kidding. But we're all 27 to 19 years old. How many of us growing up wanted to do this for a living? It's really cool. And how many people our age get the opportunity to do a 6 a.m. radio show, which is the drive-through morning commute radio show? It's a dream, and to get that opportunity is huge in itself. And that is why, it is a holiday. We could have just phoned it in and said, all right, we're going to play the replays the whole day and move on and move forward. But here we are at the end of May, Memorial Day, having this opportunity to do it. And I can't thank DP enough for having this, because you hear early break and you go, oh my gosh, that's a huge role to fill with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Bush. And I'm glad for the people who stuck around. They probably saw the overlay of the graphic for early break go off. And they probably said, all right, I'm not watching. I'm clicking off, which, I mean, for obvious reasons, they're used to the Jake Sorensen, Steve Sipple, and Bill Bush. But for the people who gave us a chance for these 3 hours, I truly appreciate it, because you're driving around, going to the lake for Memorial Day, hanging out with your family, doing whatever. You gave Rudy, Connor, and myself a shot. And I think that's the biggest thing at the end of the day.
Speaking of filling in, we had Song of the Day, obviously, and the text came in about an hour ago, and I still have not read it. I read off Jake and Sip scores. Bill gives Brandy, You're a Fine Girl, Looking Glass, 1972, a 989. So 988, 99, and a 989 from the stool.
See? We're doing something. We're doing something here. I think that's the biggest thing.
Good job, Connor.
Look what we were able to do. We had the Song of the Day. Even though Rudy got smoked in Shut Up Sipple today, so that Connor is titled as the best ticket producer for yes, Rudy, we're gonna have you get you studying those NFL backup quarterbacks.
I actually have a life sometimes, so I've been living life. But anyways, big thank you to everyone who tuned in. Obviously, it was fun. I know y'all got to see firsthand just how much Nick Wyman can really talk. So I'm sure that was awesome for your morning here. There's not really a mute button on this guy, but we love it, I guess.
Dang right.
No, but it was awesome. I'm glad we got people texting in, chiming in. Some of my friends tuned in, so shout out to Elena who tuned in. So thank you for that. That was a specific text that came across the text line we didn't read earlier, so that's on me. But thank you to everybody. I had fun. And we got DP from 9 to 12. I'll be live from 12 to 3 as well. So if y'all want to stick around or come back for that, that would be great.
Is Elena just a friend?
Just a friend, yeah.
Just a friend?
I got just friends. Yes, we're friends.
She's
cool.
Connor.
She's TikTok famous, so it's awesome.
She is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I got friends everywhere, so it's been cool tuning in. Yes.
This guy knows people.
I do.
Connections.
Yeah. If y'all didn't see, I interviewed Laney Choboy. Anyways, but yeah, it was a great day. It was awesome.
Did you actually?
Yeah, that's my.
Yeah,
claim
you did.
to
It's on the ticket.
My claim to fame.
It's on the ticket account on
Yeah.
our Instagram and everything.
Yeah, it's
Connor's got to get that social savviness.
Well, I saw you guys got rank, and I saw you guys got
okay. Funny story about that.
You look like his little brother. That was adorable. Though.
So
that was awesome.
I'm standing there, and there's a tent behind. There's the tent, and there's a big shadow behind me. I look up, and it's like, oh, it's Rink Mass. And he's like, oh, ticket. Like, because he had a show here and everything. He's been in here before. And I was like, oh, you want to do a stand up? He's like, why not? And then before the video started, I'm like, you're gonna make me look short. He's like, I do that with a lot of people. But it was really cool for him to do that. I mean, he's just like a normal guy watching some softball, doing regional play. He didn't have to do it. I mean, he just saw me and didn't really know me, shook hands and everything. Saw superfan Kevin, got knuckles with him, me and DP.
Kevin.
He's at everything. I mean, that guy's a warrior, a trooper, a super fan in himself. I'd love to see him versus the Vandy Whistler. Who would you take between those two?
I can't stand the Vandy Whistler.
I don't even know who the Vandy Whistler is.
Okay,
you got football. I'll keep baseball. Then that's good.
Go ahead, Rudy.
But yeah, no, like that dude is just every game you hear it on the broadcast. And there was some talks and some rumors again with one of the projections that Vanderbilt might have been in the Lincoln Regional for some speculation of time. And then someone I think posed that question online, like what is going to be louder type of deal. And so that would have been awesome. I would have definitely tried to get an interview with that guy. That would have been cool. I think it's just a staple, but I can't stand it when I'm watching the game. So I'm glad that's not hopefully the case. We'll find out at 11 though. Who knows?
Yep. It's going to be a fun day. We have the regional baseball being announced officially, but this was a fun time. We still have plenty of content going here on the ticket, but early break with Nick, Rudy, and Connor across the board. One-on-one with DP, 3-hour special. Come up next, 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Bush. Sponsored by Nanderson Ford on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.